Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Totally Not a Podcast. I am your host, Jake. Joining us today, believe it or not, we've got Connor.
Hey!
And, of course, it's Kiba.
Hiya!
Oh, it's worse and worse every time.
Yeah.
It's worse and worse. I
I
love
would
it.
have said that was sensual.
See, I try to vary it some. So, like, I hit you with the, that one time, and then I hit you with a hiya, and now I'm hitting you with a hiya.
Damn, I've probably done the same thing every time without even realizing it.
Yeah, dude, grow up.
Today we're going to be hanging out, having a good time. We're going to be talking about everything under the sun, life, love, and the pursuit of...
Hot dogs.
Again.
Yeah, second time.
Again?
Second time.
Again.
Did I say hot dogs last time or something?
I think the time before last, yeah.
No shit.
It's summer, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking for
Man,
them.
Dude.
that's funny.
Connor just wants dogs in his throat. Connor just wants to slurp them bad boys down so bad.
That's funny. I even thought of that like 20 seconds before you did the pursuit of whatever thing. He thought to say hot dogs.
I need those goddamn hot dogs.
He was thinking, man, I'm going to be so fucking clever. I'm going to say hot dogs. Nobody's going to guess that shit.
So next week, we'll also be pursuing hot dogs again, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I
of
look
course.
forward to it.
Undoubtedly.
If you missed the last podcast, we had our latest edition of Movie Club, or How Connor Learned to Stop Worrying and Love Movies. We watched Full Metal Jacket. We talked about it in depth, so I thought it was a good time. If you have any... Sorry?
It was a long one.
It was. We talked about that for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It's too much.
A long-ass movie.
Yeah, it's so good. If you enjoy that movie at all, hey, go check it out. See what our thoughts are.
I even made a quick little ode to it and put an intro, or put a scene from the movie as an intro to one of our videos.
The video that came out directly preceding that podcast, and it was very, very nice because the opening scene was
synergy.
Yeah, it was a very good tie-in there.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Yeah.
As always, at the tail end of the show, we have our game section of the podcast. This week, we have something a little different. It's a little wacky. It's a little wild. Guys, stay tuned.
I just want to say it up front at the beginning of the podcast, before we go any farther, I have no idea what we're doing today. He's told me what it is, and I still have no clue what we're doing today.
We were at work the other day, and I was like, so we didn't decide on a movie, right? Because I haven't watched anything.
And I went, yeah, no, he would have texted us. Yeah, we didn't decide on a movie yet.
For sure. Yeah.
I was up at work scanning through the other podcasts to make sure.
You couldn't have just texted me.
No, that would have been embarrassing. Yeah, it would have been too easy.
That would've made us look bad.
Your face would have been really red.
Oh,
Yeah.
so red.
Oh, man. Yeah, as always, timestamps for the show are down in the description. Check them out, see what we got. But, guys, have you seen Belle Delphine? Gone.
She's
Gone.
dead?
There is a new Belle Delphine. Sydney Sweeney came out fucking swinging.
And I just want everyone in the room to know that nobody here is going to buy that soap.
It's already gone. You can't.
Nobody here is going to buy that soap. We wouldn't. I don't even know why you'd imply that we would. We would never. Why would you even bring that up?
I don't know
So,
anything about
Connor,
any of this.
Sydney Sweeney partnered with Dr. Squatch, the shampoo soap company.
I use their soap.
Yeah, he's a fan of the Squatch.
Oh,
He's a fan of
right
the
up your
Squatch.
fucking alley, man.
use their
So,
soaps.
And hold on, you know what? I bet he's a fan of Sydney Sweeney too.
I don't even know who that is.
oh, stop. Actually, I do believe that he has.
Yeah,
one.
I also believe that. Yeah.
I really don't.
She's beautiful.
Is she?
She's a goddess.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Believe it. Okay.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
So she partnered with them to make a soap that has 1 drop of her bathwater in it.
Come the fuck on. Get the fuck out
It's
of here.
infused into each bar, and it's supposedly mixed throughout the entire bar, so you will get an even amount. There's a whole marketing campaign about it, dude.
It is 100%.
Are you looking it up right now? He's looking it up
He's-
right now. I looked over and I saw him
Just in
fucking
case.
typing away.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen this girl before, but I didn't
Yeah,
know
undoubtedly
anything
you've
about
seen her.
Yeah,
Undoubtedly.
she's
you've seen her.
everywhere.
Yeah, she's
Everywhere.
wildly popular.
But the soap sold out almost immediately. They made a limited batch of 5,000 bars. Connor, guess how much a bar of soap cost with Sydney Sweeney's bathwater in it?
$50.
That's ridiculous.
Ooh.
Connor. Or sorry, Kiba.
$100.
That's also ridiculous. $8.
I know.
$8?
$8,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, damn, that's why they sold out so quick.
No, that's not it.
not even close.
If it was $100, it would have sold out just as quick.
Just as fast.
Yeah.
Guarantee
And you know
that.
what they learned from this is that they can price it up next time.
Oh, absolutely.
Because there will be a next time.
Oh yeah, and
Oh,
it will
yeah.
be with
100% will be.
and it will undoubtedly be at least $10 a bar.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. How much do you think Miss Sweeney got for that?
Ooh.
Probably $3 a bar.
From my knowledge of marketing contracts, she probably got around 25% of that. I don't know for sure, but I'm gonna guess.
So yeah, $2 a bar.
$2 a bar?
Yeah,
$2 a bar.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, because
I mean, this is 100% I doubt Squatch was making any fucking money on this.
Yeah.
This was purely a marketing gimmick.
I was about to say, as far as I'm aware, from about a decade ago when there were other companies I was very tight with keeping up with and what they were doing marketing wise, typically your brand deals are a complete loss for the company doing them. They're just eating the back end and they're breaking even on the product they're making, and they're just giving you the overhead so that you'll bring new people into their brand. And I know that was like fucking 15 years ago with video game companies and shit, but I can't imagine it's too different these days,
It's probably not. At least some similarities still live.
So I'm gonna ask the group real quick.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Do it.
Or were you taking us to a different topic?
Oh, no. Same topic.
I have the eBay pulled up right here.
I was just about to ask, what do you guys think it's already reselling for?
Okay. I have it pulled up. I have three orders right here.
I'm gonna bet they're already going for $75.
$75?
Yeah, already starting bid around 70 or 75, since that's eBay, right?
eBay and dear God more.
Dear God, more.
75. You can't even get close to 75.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And this is what they are asking for on eBay. Who knows how many people are actually buying?
So it's not a bid, it's just an asking price on that one. Okay.
I'm gonna stay at 50.
All three of these have the price or best offer.
I'm gonna say 500.
What did you say?
Stay at 50.
That's ridiculous. You're a fool. There is one for 240. There's one for 250, and then there is one. This is so oddly specific. I feel like it has to be like a meme or something, but it's $322.55.
Huh.
That sounds so familiar.
That's so specific. I have no idea what that is.
That sounds
32255.
Yeah, that sounds so familiar.
But yeah, for just $250, you could be the proud owner of some of Sydney Sweeney's bathwater in your soap. You can smell just like her.
That's stupid.
I guarantee. Yes, I agree. That is also stupid. This is a disgusting post-capitalistic world that we live in. That
It kinda
this
is,
is what's happening.
Yeah.
Is it?
Kinda is.
I don't think so. I would love it if someday the three of us are selling bars of soap with our bathwater in them and making a 25% overhead. That would be wonderful.
I'm not saying if I was in her shoes I wouldn't make the same deal.
No,
but
I hate the culture, but I'll be a part of it.
Yeah.
I'll participate.
100%.
110%. Yeah, I'll participate.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, this is the world we live in, baby. And you know what?
You gotta fucking steer into the skid. Come on.
You know what? I'm gonna say it, and I think this might be out there. I would not be shocked if at some point within the next 2 or 3 years, there's a soap that you can buy that has pee in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Whose piss would you buy?
I wouldn't buy anybody's, but I would.
What?
I would be shocked if there's not. We're already trending that direction. The Bella Delphine bathwater was testing the waters, no pun intended. And this is now the family-friendly approach to that. This is something you can sell on store shelves. You can sell Sydney Sweeney soap on store shelves in a family-friendly store. So I think this is the next step in broadening the horizon of what people can get away with as a public kink.
You guys remember that candle?
What
The
candle?
vagina
The
candle?
vagina candle. You knew exactly what I was
From
talking
Goop?
about.
Yeah. It was the Gwyneth Paltrow Goop thing.
I only remember that because Gwyneth Paltrow thinks she's a musician.
Does she?
Yeah.
Does she have a band?
She has a song with somebody. Fuck, let me look it up.
So right here, I have all these listings for the Dr. Squatch Sydney's Bathwater Bliss is the name of it. Disgusting, by the way.
Sydney's Bathwater Bliss.
But someone made a meme, and it is Dr. Squatch Sydney's Toilet Piss Bliss.
What?
It's, I assume, not real, but there is a yellow bar of soap that someone made up and
Okay, I was about to say.
made with her piss.
The reason I bring that up is because I feel like this is a market that is so untapped, and there are people in that market that Japan tapped into a long time ago. That
America just wasn't ready for it.
Well, yeah, America really wasn't. They weren't ready to put the PG on the bar of pea soap. You feel me? But yeah, I really do think that this could very easily open the door for Dr. Squatch going, oh, so you're telling us that next time we could charge $10 a bar and still pay this person
15?
Yeah,
I was about to say.
And then maybe if we got somebody who's a little less famous in the broad community but is very famous in certain other communities, so we had to pay them less, so we made overhead on those and we marked them up because the clientele will spend more on them, and then it becomes a cycle.
Let me ask you this. What male would they choose? What male's bathwater?
Ryan Reynolds, because he's the only one I could see agreeing. He would. I bet he would.
Kind of like internet daddy.
Yeah, and I bet he would hop on that in a heartbeat. He would be like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
My first thought, just because of how meteoric his rise has been over these last 10 years and how much he's loved, Pedro Pascal.
Oh, yes. Pedro Pascal. What's the dude from The Bear and Shameless?
Jeremy Allen White.
I think he has a good enough sense of humor. I feel like he would get that too.
Yeah.
Great
actor.
Yeah.
Great
I love his candid stuff because he 100% does not want to be an actor when he's not on screen. He acts like a normal dude.
Yeah.
He goes and eats at normal places. He doesn't fucking dress like an actor that's as big as he is.
I saw a video of him and Austin Butler at a little like sandwich shop or whatever, and they're walking from the counter to a table, and Jeremy Allen White very much looked like, I'm just here to eat. I don't want to fucking deal with anything. He had his hat on. He had his like blinders on. Mm-hmm. And this guy goes, hey, bro, you look like that guy from Shameless. And he just kind of looks at him and then turns back and walks over towards his table. And it's like, man, that's cold, but I fucking get it, man. I get it.
I've seen some interview clips from when he was on Shameless, and it must have been like season 3 because he was a lot younger. He had a lot fatter cheeks.
Right.
And he seems like just so excited to be acting.
Yeah.
And now you see him, and it's like, man, this dude really does, he's jaded. It happened so fast for him. I feel like when The Bear season 1 came out, he went from, okay, I'm enjoying this fame to, oh, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, it's I can't avoid it. It's everywhere.
Yeah, that's hard to get away from.
It's nice when you get recognized once or twice a day. It's not nice when you get recognized everywhere you go all day, you know?
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see The Iron Claw?
No.
Oh, really good. He's in it. It's a fucking depressing ass movie, but it's based on a real life story of this family of wrestlers, and there's like 5 of them, the Von Trapp family, and every single brother dies except for one. It's a fucking hard watch.
Yeah.
All these brothers just dropping like flies, but he's in it, and he was really good.
Honestly, I haven't seen a single thing with him in it that I disliked in any way.
Yeah.
Every role I've seen him play, he's played really well, and I like that he, as an actor, is not being typecast from Shameless.
Right.
Because that could be a very easy pitfall for him to fall into, and that's a pitfall that Jake Gyllenhaal fell into for a while. He was
the bubble boy everywhere he went.
Yeah.
No, it definitely wasn't bubble.
He was. I could be wrong, but I feel like there was like a decade of Jake Gyllenhaal being typecast as the moody, black-haired guy. That was just his character. He was angry, and he was holding it in, and he was working towards a goal, and it didn't matter. He didn't need his emotions because he had a goal. That was his character in every movie he was in.
See, I
could see that, yeah.
And I could see that becoming the same thing for him, where it's not necessarily a typecast, but more like, oh, we're just going to make you the angry older brother that comes in to protect every character in every movie you're in, because that's what you did in Shameless, you know?
And it was funny, because I watched the first half, maybe, of Shameless before I was like, I've seen enough.
It repeats itself every season.
Pretty much. But it was funny to watch. It's a huge ensemble cast, and he was far and away the standout. It was like, oh, everyone is here except for William H. Macy. I mean, the dude's a legend, but other than him, every single other person on the show was just like, okay. Oh, Lip's back on screen? Okay, I'm glued in because he's actually a good actor.
Lip and, I'm drawing a blank on his younger brother's name. He's Cal Kestis from
the Jedi. Yeah.
I loved their dynamic together in the first 2 seasons because you could tell that they both loved each other, but they were nothing alike. Completely opposites, but they didn't care.
I mean, that's good for a dynamic.
It is, absolutely.
They just had really good chemistry. They were able to pull off that we're completely opposites, and we'll still hang out.
About the drop-off point for me was whenever he was diagnosed with bipolar.
And did you get to when he left the military, when he went AWOL?
I don't think I got that far.
So he gets diagnosed with bipolar, and then he joins the army, and he falsifies a bunch of documents, and then as soon as he gets in, his bipolar starts acting up, he's undiagnosed and on medication, and he goes AWOL, and then there's this whole series of events where Lip has to go find him and get him off drugs and shit, and get him back to come face literal court over that.
Is it still Shameless?
Yeah. And it's just tough because you can tell that they were trying to take these actors in different directions than they wanted to go.
Right.
Yeah.
I never really watched Shameless. I watched a couple episodes in the first season, but never got beyond that.
I'm going to be honest. Watch the first 2 seasons. Don't even think about the rest.
Really?
Yeah.
The season
I've heard a
2,
bunch of people say it's a fucking fantastic show.
It is. Yeah. Season 2 has a great series ending point, and
is that whenever the guy Fiona's boyfriend,
when they officially, I don't want to spoil anything, but it has a great series ending point, and honestly, it was written to be the end of the series.
Yeah,
I promise you don't have to worry about spoiling anything.
Yeah, you'll know what I mean. It was just, you could tell they were writing because they didn't know they had another season coming.
Yeah. And then they went on for like 7 more after that.
And the problem with season 3 and 4 is that season 3 and 4 are just season 2 again with different skins. You know, like they change their clothes and they rotate some new characters in, and they literally replace one character with another character that goes through the same trouble the first character went through the last season. Anyway, that's enough Shameless talk.
That's a like 10-year-old show right there.
Yeah.
That no one cares about anymore.
No, all the good actors left by the end.
I think some
yeah,
people
absolutely.
still care about it a little bit.
It's going through a resurgence, and it's so annoying because people are talking about it like it's gold, and I'm like, oh, just okay, you don't understand story. Yeah, season 4 might be good, but that's just because you wanted more of season 2.
Guys,
Yo,
I have a question, and I need you to answer it.
I'm ready for
Oh,
it.
I'm so ready.
I need you to tell me if I'm an asshole here.
Absolutely.
You are 110%. You are.
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect,
absolutely.
perfect. All right, moving on. No, so it was a couple weeks ago. My lovely girlfriend and I, we were over at my parents' house, and my parents had a free pizza from Domino's. I know, Mr. Kiba, you are very familiar. Whenever you order, was it 2 pizzas, you get like a free one?
Yep.
That's crazy. How do they make any money off that?
Yeah, no,
shit?
I
That's
am well
wild.
versed in the dark pizza art.
So
Dark
they
pizza art.
had ordered pizza and they had this free one, and my mom was like, "Hey, here's the code. You guys just get a free pizza." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck yeah, I'll take a code for a
Yeah.
free pizza. That's very, very kind.
You
Very
guys got
thoughtful."
lucky they sent it with a code. They only do that occasionally. Sometimes it's like, oh, you can redeem it on your account.
The next week, we were like, "Okay, hey, the code expires in like 3 days. Let's go ahead and just do it tonight." I had my code. I went and typed it into the little thing where it said to, and it was like, "Oh, this offer's not found." And I was like, "What the
What
fuck?"
do you mean?
So I typed it in again. Oh, not found. And I was like, I bet it has to be on their
Yeah.
account. So I was like, hey, give me your login. And I logged into their account. Tried to redeem it there. And it still said, oh, this offer cannot be found. And I went, Domino's, you sons of bitches. You're fucking robbing me of this free pizza.
This
That
is
isn't even
mine.
rightfully mine.
This is mine now.
Not even rightfully mine.
So we both already had our fucking minds and hearts and stomachs set on
Oh, you
some
were
Domino's
getting pizza.
So
you were gonna get pizza.
I was getting some goddamn pizza. So I went ahead and ordered it. Ugh, god damn it. And I went, well, I can either pay for it now or I can pay for it whenever I go pick it up. My wallet's in the other room. I'll just pay for it whenever I pick it up, whatever. I walk in. It is not busy, but it's not dead. It's right in between. And I go up to the counter, and it takes forever for the girl to walk up to me, but she finally does. And in the slowest sloth-like drawl is just like, hey, what can I do for you? I went, okay, this is what we're dealing with. All right.
Is that what she sounded like?
Pretty close.
do for you?
Pretty close, yeah. She might have been super baked. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's Domino's
same,
after
brother.
all. And so I was like, hey, pick up an order for Jake. And she goes, oh, okay. Takes another like fucking 90 seconds to walk over to the little rack, grabs it, walks back and goes, okay, have a good day. And then like walks away. And I stood there for a second because I was like, wait, I didn't pay.
That's when you turn around and you
Oh,
walk
absolutely.
out.
And I
You
went,
walk
well,
out.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
And then I turned around and walked out. And I got in the car and I put that bitch in reverse and drove away as fast as possible. And then
Fuck
I got
yeah.
home and I went, babe, we got free pieces after all. And she went, wait, what do you mean? And I told her the story and she goes, oh. And I was like, what?
They eat lots
that's-
all the
no,
time.
yeah.
I was like, that's on her.
Domino's is not going to sweat over one pizza.
That's what I
Isn't
told her.
Domino's literally the biggest pizza chain in the country?
Yeah,
Are they bigger than Pizza Hut?
I think so.
Really?
I think now that they're doing the NBA stuff, they are.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
But yeah, I was like, dear, this is a million, if not billion-dollar company.
don't give a fuck.
I think it is okay.
Also, they're not
Fuck.
going to like put a warrant out for us.
Yeah.
Next time we order pizza, they're not going to stop us at the door.
We heard
Hey.
the story on that podcast.
We noticed that you didn't pay for that last pizza.
Sir, that'll be $10.85.
Right
No,
now.
your employee did at the end of the night, though.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure she probably got in trouble, but fuck her.
I honestly, I don't think so, because I worked. Oh, I know Little Caesars are a little different, but when I worked there, they had something called literally eating the loss, and
Yeah.
it was because people around the store would eat pizza and stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't care if there was a pizza that was a loss, you just marked it in, or you marked an order as a loss, and it was fine.
Yeah, because I have no idea how they keep their books there.
There's
how
no
they keep track of that.
At Little Caesars, there was no pizza inventory, if that makes sense. They had no clue when you made a pizza. They only knew when somebody paid for a pizza, you know?
From my experience with Domino's, I think what they do is if, for example, an employee consistently lets orders go without being paid for, it will eventually start getting taken out of their payouts and checks and shit. But the first
that girl
couple
might be
times,
broke.
they're kind of excused.
Yeah, that girl might be broke then.
Yeah. Well, good for her.
Yeah, you know what? Thanks for that pizza, girl.
Yeah.
Good job.
So not the asshole.
No,
that's
not this
absolutely
time.
not.
On that same kind of vein, whenever I was in high school, one of my buddies worked at the Subway in town, and a lot of times it would just be him in there, and so he would text me at like 9 and be like, dude, I'm closing up in an hour. You just want to come hang out? And I'd be like, fuck yeah, man. So I'd go and just walk around the back, and like he would be like, hey, I have to set out the bread for tomorrow. Do you want to just help me? And he would like set out the bread, and I'd like brush it with oil or whatever, and I'd put it in the thing.
Yeah.
And at the end of the night, whenever he was closing up, he was like, hey, you helped me. Do you just want to make a sandwich? And I was like, fuck yeah.
dude.
So I went
get
over
to make it my way?
Yeah, and I did. So I loaded that bitch up like Dagwood style. You couldn't even like, close it.
He said, could you hand me another loaf? I'm going to need one to top this.
Yes, please, God. And so the very first time that happened, I was like, dude, this is awesome. And so every single time he was like, hey, you want to come help me close up? I'd just be like, sure. And at the end, if he didn't ask, I'd be like, dude, I'm making a sandwich. And he'd be like, no, I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah,
I don't care. Yeah, he did not get it. And no one ever knew.
You think they're fucking weighing the lettuce?
You gotta love homies like that.
He said that they did do bread inventory, but
Acceptable loss.
exactly. He was like, but it's always whatever. They don't even care if it's one or two.
Yeah, so if it's a whole tray of Italian urban cheese bread, there's something up. But
And you know I'm getting that Italian urban cheese.
yeah, why do you think
Every
I said it?
time.
Why do you think I
Subway's
said it?
trash, but that is always
That's
what I'm
the
gonna get.
only reason you go.
Yeah.
Instead, the only reason is the bread.
Yeah, I mean,
Honestly,
the
yeah.
insides of the sandwich are secondary to the bread it's encased in.
I much prefer Jimmy John's. Bread's trash.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
Bread's trash.
I'm a Firehouse Subs guy.
I think
they have
Mike's kind of guy.
they have great meats. They have great bread.
I think Jersey Mike's makes the fattest sandwiches. I think they've got the biggest portion sizes, and that's kind of what I appreciate about it.
Firehouse, good. It's not my go-to, but I do like Firehouse. I've never been to Jersey Mike's.
I am a
Really?
quality.
Yeah, not
I am a
once.
quality over quantity gentleman.
I saw a video the other day of like funny ways of funny ways that people could ask to have their sandwiches made Mike's way, and shit. Like, can we get Mike involved? Or fucking, will you tell Mike to have his way with my sandwich and just different shit?
Goodness.
And I just thought that was hilarious.
What kind of special sauce do you think they put on it?
Mike's.
Oh yeah.
It's special.
I'm pretty sure
That's really
Mike's way.
special.
I'm pretty sure Mike's way is just all the veggies: lettuce,
And
tomato,
cum.
onion, pickle, salt, pepper, oil, vinegar, and I think that's it.
And cum.
So is it
Probably.
like whenever you go to In-N-Out and you ask for animal style and they just like
Come
load it
in
up
it.
with... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
animal. That's pretty animal.
Animalistic.
Exactly. Exactly.
Do you guys like In-N-Out?
It's not the best, but it's good.
Really? Okay.
I'll eat it for sure.
I was
Overhyped.
about to say.
Overhyped?
I like it, but I don't think it's like up there. You know what I mean? I think there are far better burger joints, but I think it's good in terms of fast food. Yeah,
And for
good
its
fast
price.
food. Yeah.
And for its price.
Yes, it's not Five Guys fucking expensive.
Ooh,
Dude,
I
who
do
the
like Five
fuck?
Guys though.
Who the fuck eats at Five Guys?
Dude, the burgers and fries, dude.
Fucking losers.
All
man.
five
I
of
hate
them.
'em.
It is so goddamn expensive. We went there
yeah,
not
it
that
is.
long ago, and I wasn't even thinking about it because I was like, man, I haven't been there in a while. And
$15 for a burger and fries, and then
Yeah.
another $3 for a drink.
yeah,
Yeah, that is a little
Stupid.
outrageous.
that's like a fucking down payment on a house.
Say, I
What
can
the
feed me
fuck?
and Shannon for $20 when we go in those places. There, it's $20 each.
Yeah.
They are good burgers though.
Nah, fuck. Not that good.
Yeah, not $18.
Yeah,
I'd rather
they're-
go to Brahms and get a $6 burger.
They're good burgers if somebody else is buying.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, if I'm paying for it, I'll go to the garage.
Yeah.
Guys, can I segue us into something real quick?
Please, get.
Did you guys hear that Texas is banning social media apps for minors from the App Store? So if you have the App Store, if you were using Google or iTunes in the state of Texas, you will have to verify your age as over 18 to download or use any apps. This will require an ID verification.
So it's just like what they did with porn.
Yep.
Nice.
But with
And-
regular apps.
Yep, any app. Any app. You have to verify your identity and age to use anything on the App Store. And if you are not 18, you have to link it with a parental account, I believe, and get parental guidance turned on for anything you do.
That's
What's-
fucking stupid.
What's the reasoning behind
Child Safety Act. And in
From
my
Texas?
Yep. Texas legislation.
That doesn't sound very Texas.
I know, right?
That's
And I also find it quite interesting. We're going to get into a little bit of politics here for just a second, but it's not
Okay.
left versus right politics. It's just politics in general. Okay, so hear me out here. If I were the government, which I'm not, and I just want to say that openly, if
I
were,
appreciate you clarifying that, because looking at you, I'm unsure.
I know, but if
You look like a G-man. That's
if
all I'm
You look
saying.
like an official.
If I were the government and I wanted to somehow find a penalization system to help keep parents parenting properly and keeping their children safe, what I would do is I would actually penalize the parents. I would not use this as an opportunity to track all internet traffic coming from the app stores. So instead of putting parental locks on everything and making you verify your age to use everything so that they can track you anytime you are in Texas border and what you're using the internet for, and linking it to your legal name so you can no longer be anonymous anywhere in the state of Texas doing anything on the internet, they would impose laws that maybe, I don't know, penalize the parents when their kids get caught doing things they shouldn't do. Laws that either charge fines or give like sentencing of some sort in terms of public service or something to a parent that has an issue with a child and they're not taken care of, right? Don't you think we should be focusing on the parents instead of every single person in the state? Considering that
Absolutely.
most of the people in the state do not have children. Why are they being forced to now be tracked?
If they are really claiming that it's for children's safety and to protect children and shit, then fuck yeah, it
Yeah.
should be for parents.
You should be penalizing the parent. You should not be tracking everybody, including, like I said, the majority of the state that are not childbearing adults. They're not people that have fucking kids. Why are they getting tracked now? So to me,
Because it's not about the children.
yeah, to me, it felt like Texas trying to get a tighter grip over the internet, the same way they did with the Porn Act, because even in Texas, you can go on any social media or you can go through certain sites that still don't require an ID.
Of course.
If it was actually about policing pornographic material, they would be focused on policing pornographic material, not tracking everyone in the state and everything they do.
Yeah.
It's also something that the government should just have no hand in general.
Yeah, I think honestly, there should be laws in place that restrict what parents can and can't get away with. I think there should be certain laws that are not in place about that, but I don't think tracking should have anything to do with it. It should be, hey, if your kid gets arrested multiple times, we're going to investigate you now, not the kid. If your kid gets into certain trouble at school multiple times, we're going to investigate you now.
Man, I just had a question that I was going to ask, and now I can't think of what it was.
I'm so sorry.
I'm glad you just brought that up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
feel some type of way about the fact that it's clearly a blanket law to track everybody in the state. Go ahead.
Isn't that a massive invasion of privacy?
Absolutely it is.
Yeah.
But it's not infringing on your freedom of speech, so it's technically still legal because they're only tracking what you do, not controlling what you do.
Which,
That's
to be
stupid.
honest, is what Google already does in general, and the phone in your pocket does
Exactly.
at all times of every day.
Yes.
So
You're not wrong.
we're kind of
Already
taking
there.
the same duck and painting it a different color.
We are, but when
But
it
no,
comes,
I agree
when it
with
comes
you.
to that other stuff,
Yeah.
you can prevent that. As an
Yeah.
individual, you can stop that. Now with these laws in place there, you can't stop it. You can't stop using certain apps. Like you can use a dead phone, which is a phone that connects to the internet and has no tracking on it because there's no accounts attached to it. You
Everyone
can't
just
do
needs
that.
a VPN
Yeah.
at all times.
Except you can't use them in Texas anymore.
Can you? How
You cannot
can that
use a
even?
VPN.
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
Because it catches you at the root. So it's not actually going for your address. It's going for the internet you're connecting to. So the cell tower near you is what's going to be pinging it. It's not going to be pinging your phone, and your phone won't be pinging a separate location anymore. So once you're logged into the App Store, it's going to require ID verification. It's like not
how are
necessarily.
they able to do that?
I don't know exactly how they're going to do it.
Is this science fiction? Are we doing a Minority Report?
They're putting it
What it
on.
sounds
No,
like.
they're putting it on Google and they're putting it on iTunes and making them figure out a system to do it. They created a law and now they're making these companies retroactively
This
figure
law has
out.
actually been passed by the Texas government.
Yes, it has. Let me come up with the legislation name for you real quick.
Like it's active and ongoing. And
January 1st, 2026, it goes into effect. So
Okay.
these companies have to have a system in place for this by January 1st. May 28th, 2025, Texas governor signs new law requiring Apple and Google to verify all App Store users' age. This will go into effect on January 1st. We believe this is from Google. We believe that there are better proposals that help keep kids safe without requiring millions of people to turn over their personal information to the government. An Apple spokesperson said in a statement regarding the bill last week.
I could see them just going, well,
We're pulling
fuck
out.
it. I guess
We're
people
pulling out.
in Texas just don't get to use it.
That's what everybody's worried about right now.
Yeah.
That Google might pull out of Texas because the internet doesn't work very well without Google. Most people only know how to use the internet when they're using it through Google.
Yeah.
You know?
Texas might lose Google, essentially.
They might, because if it costs them too much money to develop a system and implement it there, it might be too much of a loss for them. Because you have to think about how much work it's going to take for them to build an infrastructure that can handle these kinds of things, and then also get it approved by the government, and undoubtedly they're going to have to make changes over and over and over again.
Damn, I didn't know losing Google was something that could happen.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
that was
not.
just
That's
on
the thing.
internet.
If they pull out, you kind of lose the internet, essentially. You could run Brave browser and do all of your stuff not through Google, but the government would still get access to it that way. So you're literally giving up one safer tracking option for a significantly worse tracking option.
It's just another reason not to live in Texas, man.
It is.
Yeah, it's just one more.
And I know I'm an
Good old
idiot about
Tejas.
all this, and I'm sure that I've missed a lot of important stuff that other people would have brought up to help you guys understand this. I have a very base level understanding of this. I've just read, mostly just reading actual like CNN releases and stuff on it, because I wanted to make sure I was getting statements from people instead of like Reddit posts where people are saying, oh, this is what's going to happen, you know?
Those are factual, though.
Oh, yeah,
Those
they think they are. There
They
are people on
absolutely
Reddit.
are. They absolutely
Dude,
are.
No joke. There are people on Reddit that think that this is a ploy for Texas to secede from the U.S. government and create their own government, and that they are, no joke, the lizard people. I'm not kidding. This is floating around Reddit right now.
Hell yeah.
There are people that are
can see.
theorizing all kinds of wacky stuff about this and how Texas is going to use it to leave the government,
I love that.
or not to leave the government, to leave the United States, you know?
Which would be leaving the government.
Yeah, I mean, they would still have their government.
But they're not ours.
No.
We'd have to change all the flags, Kiba.
No, we wouldn't. They would.
We would too. We don't have 50 states anymore.
Nah, we don't give a fuck.
Damn it. We would have to take over somewhere else. Guam,
Just take
you're in
over
here,
another
baby.
Part of,
Hear me
another part
out.
of another country.
Hear me out. Ukraine's weak right now.
We could take them over.
Yeah.
Ukraine's weak right now. I'm kidding. But yeah, anyway, if anybody has any more information about that, please fill us in on the comments. Tell us what's going on. Give us your take on it. I just wanted to let the boys know what's going on, because I feel like nobody's heard about this. It's happened a month ago almost, and nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, I knew about the card thing. Like, you need the ID to be able to use the internet and blah, 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 but download apps, use apps. But I didn't realize that meant they could potentially lose Google.
And not just Google, Apple also. Because if
Apple?
Apple decides they don't want to do it,
Yeah, see, that just
hey,
leads to things that I
guys,
didn't even
guys,
realize
hear
that
me
it
out.
could lead to.
invest in Brave internet browser now. And maybe invest in Samsung as well. Because if we lose the Apple Store and Google Play over there, whoo, some of
Done.
these other things are going to shoot up in value, because
It's
that whole,
Dunsky.
that
Oh,
whole
I'm
state's
sure.
going to have to figure it out overnight.
Yeah, fuck.
Well, they got till
Well,
January
no,
1st.
but think about it. Imagine if all of a sudden you can't use your email address anymore. You can't log into any of your accounts because you use a Google email address.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be something like Y2K where you know ahead of time and go, well, I know on January 1st that this shit I'm going to be
Yeah.
fucked on, so I need to, all my contacts, all my important stuff I need to download and transfer and make sure that I still have access to in some
I need
way.
to move all my photos off of my Google Photo library. I
Yeah.
need to move every single thing from my email,
my iCloud.
all my
Yeah.
utilities that are probably set up on that email address. I need to switch my gas to a new email address so my shit doesn't get pulled, you know?
Yeah.
The whole... So many people don't realize how much of their life is based on Google Chromium. Because even if you're not using Google accounts, you're using Chromium, which is the Google Chromium-based browser. Most of the browsers like Firefox, Google Chrome, all this stuff is built on the Chromium engine, which is Google, you know?
That's crazy.
Fuck all that shit.
Yeah.
Safari till I die, baby.
Yeah. He's just over there fucking beach balling, pinwheeling around.
All day long. Beach ball of death, man. That thing spins and spins.
Yeah, honestly, I
Beach
like the
ball
beach
of
ball of
death.
death better than the blue screen, because when you beach ball, at least you have hope. When it
Yeah.
blue screens, I'm like, oh, fuck it. It's over.
Sometimes that beach ball comes back. and you're good.
Sometimes.
Sometimes it does.
On my Mac, I've had my beach ball last for like an hour before, and then it's like, all right, man, we finally loaded that song you were trying to get up.
What is
Don't do
ball?
anything.
Is that like the little circle?
whenever
that
it
moves
The,
over
the
and
circle
moves?
with all the colors that spins, yeah.
Okay.
Is it still a beach ball?
I don't know. Never pops up on mine because
Oh.
my computer's so fucking good.
It used to be a beach ball. I think it's still a beach ball, but it was just the term beach balling around because
Yeah.
your mouse turns into a little beach ball and
Yeah.
people would bounce it around their screen.
Hell yeah.
I used to just fucking move my mouse like crazy because some reason I thought that would make it load faster.
Well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like blowing into your cartridge.
and then like slapping the side of the TV to like get the signal to fix.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Fix the picture on
scientific.
there.
And putting a 9mm through your computer when it won't turn on.
Yeah,
Same thing, right?
I feel like that would help. You want to give it a shot?
Do it.
Insert gun sound here.
Bang. Whoa, he did it. Wow.
Wow.
Kiba.
Whoa. Did you guys also hear that Texas passed a bill making hemp illegal across the board there and then walked it back immediately because they realized that 6,700 businesses were going to close and they were going to lose the tax money from them if they outlawed hemp products?
I did not know that second half of it, but I knew that they were about to outlaw it.
Yeah, they walked it back yesterday, as a matter of fact.
yeah.
They proposed a bill banning the sale of all hemp-derived products. So, like,
Delta 8.
Delta 8, the vapes, CBD tincture, stuff like that. All that stuff would be illegal to sell anywhere in Texas. And the estimated number of businesses that were just planning on closing shop and leaving the state were 6,700. So they said, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's not
is
change
a lot.
that law.
Are they the only ones that had something like that in place? Was somewhere else gonna also ban hemp?
I know that California was for a while, and that
Okay.
changed, but that was like 2 or 3 years ago, and that they walked that back as well. But
So I heard somewhere recently someone was talking about banning hemp, but for some reason I didn't think it was Texas.
yeah,
I thought it
Texas,
was somewhere else.
Texas talked about it for a couple weeks, and then they proposed a bill, and it got passed through to the House, where it was then they were going to decide, and we've all been waiting to see what happens about it, and they walked it back yesterday. They made a statement saying that they have no intention of doing that anytime soon now.
Doesn't California have medical marijuana?
Recreational, bro.
They have recreational, so
Yeah.
why were they going to
Well,
fucking ban?
hemp products are different than
Yeah.
marijuana.
Because wherever it was
Yeah.
that I saw, I guess it must have been Texas, I saw that there were people from the marijuana community that actually said it was a good thing to ban hemp products.
And
Okay. Well,
there's
shit.
also
Yeah, see, I
a
don't
lot
know.
of agricultural stuff. There's a lot of stuff made out of hemp. There are houses made out of hemp. There's all kinds of household appliances and stuff. So it may have been one of those things where other companies were lobbying to get that removed so that they could take up that part of the market and make more money.
Okay.
It's very political.
I was
very
going to
political.
say it's crazy that is what makes the most sense to me. That's why.
Last thing to bring up in terms of law changes. This isn't
In
a
Texas?
recent. No.
God
just generally.
damn it.
But this isn't necessarily a law change. But I found out something interesting lately.
Let's hear it.
Did you guys know that certain states and countries, it's illegal to name your kids certain names?
No.
Like in Mexico City, for instance.
Just in Mexico City?
I don't know if it's all of Mexico, but it was listed as Mexico City. It's illegal to name your kid RoboCop. Somebody, that means somebody went in there and tried to name their son RoboCop.
That's hilarious.
And in Sweden, you can't name your son or daughter IKEA
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I could see that.
Why?
because they
'Cause
IKEA.
is from Sweden.
Yeah,
Oh, sweet. IKEA is a Swedish company? Is that what you're saying?
Connor, come on, man. What about the Swedish meatballs? Come on, man.
I don't know anything
what about the
that.
beautiful Swedish-made furniture?
Come on, it's beautiful. You put it together so easily.
I have no
There-
idea.
you don't start any
I'm
fights with your
totally
significant
lost.
other when you put it together.
This
Have
dude
you ever
probably-
been to an IKEA, sir?
This dude probably doesn't even know what an IKEA looks like. He probably doesn't even know where Sweden is.
I don't know where Sweden is. I know what an IKEA looks like. The blue and yellow
This
store,
guy's
big
never
furniture
been.
store.
This guy's never been to Mexico City.
Never been.
Wow. If
Yeah.
you had to guess right now, where is Sweden? What's it by?
Over by fucking Italy or Russia.
Oh,
Somewhere
by
around
Italy.
there.
Two very-
yeah, two different parts of the
Two
world.
very different parts of the world.
They're kind of close. They're both on the other side. of the
Opposite
world.
sides of the world, yeah.
No,
Yeah, kind of.
they're not on opposite sides of the world.
Russia's pretty fucking big.
Kinda, sorta.
Ultimately, no, I don't know where Sweden is.
It's all right. If there was a map in front of me, I couldn't point to it either. But
Did you guys know that we live in one of the only places that has no baby name laws? Oklahoma has 0 baby name laws.
Really?
Yeah.
that sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fuck the law.
So you can name your
honestly.
kid anything.
Yep.
Even RoboCop.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Or you could have 2 kids named RoboCop in IKEA. And then you could visit Mexico City and Sweden.
And be like, yeah, what, motherfucker?
What are they gonna do?
Yeah. Come
You're,
after me.
you're gonna come in and they're gonna look at your passport and they're gonna have to call for a supervisor. Sir, are we allowed to let them in?
Dude, that's one of the best ideas I've ever heard.
Yeah, dude, have some kids.
Yeah. Connor, why don't you procreate, man?
No, I've already got a stepson, and that's
Speaking
I
of procreating, I have a small video.
Do you have a little story?
I have a small
pregnant?
Shannon?
No, but I have a small video to show you. I showed Connor this the other day so that I could tell you about it. There's a new technology.
Oh, yeah.
The size of a gummy bear, this fertility switch which is implanted into your testicle sac in a 30-minute surgical procedure. Placed on the sperm ducts, you can feel and flip the switch through your scrotum skin. Flip it on and no sperm is getting out. Flip it off and be prepared for the consequences.
So you're telling me there's a baby making switch? You can put a baby making switch in now, and you can just flip that thing whenever. And hear me out. No one will ever forget which direction is which, right? Nobody would ever forget which direction. Yeah, no one will ever forget which direction is on and off. It'd have some mistakes with that. And it'll
I feel like I would just be walking and constantly just.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say you'll never
clacking
accidentally like be doing
Just
something
like
and
a
switch it
fidget
on.
toy.
Yeah.
Connor's up at work with his hands in his pants, just flipping the switch, just turning the kids on and off.
That's hilarious.
Do you think it hurts?
Oh, I hope so.
Is it like how does it work? Does it squeeze the tube?
I think it's a metal contraption around the tube, and when you flip the switch, it pushes like a bar in that tightens over it and just stops the
I don't
He
like
said
that.
constricts it.
yeah, it just stops the nut from making it out.
So it just pools.
Well, I mean, it's the same way when you get a vasectomy. It just cuts off the live sperm, the egg part. The
Still-
Egg part.
You
Still
know,
we don't have
the,
these, bro.
you know what I mean.
We got the goo, man.
Listen, you still nut. You just don't nut kids.
I was about to say, you still produce a fluid.
Yeah, we talked about this in an episode not too long ago, and he was like, "No, you don't. You don't come." And I was like, "You still come. You just don't come, kids." Hey, you guys remember all those plastic coffins that FEMA found back in like 2013? There
Yeah.
were like tons of them.
Yeah.
And then they never explained that, and everybody forgot about it.
They just
Yeah.
found them.
Do you not remember these?
They found them.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
just what?
No, somebody, I guess, like had aerial footage and just spotted a warehouse full of weird stacked boxes, and upon closer inspection, they were thousands of stacked plastic coffins.
With people in them?
No, just empty coffins stacked
Oh.
up, ready in case. And it was very ominous, like they were preparing for something that other people didn't know about.
What do they know,
Yeah,
damn it?
Exactly.
What are they planning?
What do they know?
Fucking bastards at FEMA.
Suspiciously lizard person shaped coffins, huh?
Has anything come out about that? Is that why you're bringing it up?
Oh, I have no idea.
You bitch.
Yeah, I have no clue.
I mean, I would guess that's just a warehouse where they store them, so that way whenever Katrina Part 2 happens, they're like, hey, we're ready this time. We're ready.
Potentially.
Yeah, I'll show you guys some of the pictures real quick.
I know exactly what you're
They were
talking
like tons of stacks of plastic coffins.
Yeah.
That's creepy, man.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to go play hide and go seek there.
Right?
Yeah, that'd
Right?
be
You'd
cool.
never find them.
Just hide in one.
Yeah, you might honestly die there.
Dude, that'd be dope.
Potentially, yeah, dude. It's a good spot to die,
Good stuff.
I guess.
But that's all I got today, guys.
Beautiful.
Well, shit, yeah.
Sorry to hijack us for like 15 whole minutes there.
It's not hijacking. That's part of your job.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I have a story I could share. I meant to share this on the podcast last week, and I never did. So I fucking got that flat tire, right? Had to get an alignment done, right?
Yeah.
Took my car to that one place that you told me about, right? While I'm in there, I am sitting in the chair in the waiting room, just scrolling on my phone, waiting for my car to be done. And while I'm in there, there's another family over there. Fairly large people. One of it's like a man, a woman, a baby, and then an older woman in a wheelchair.
And they were all so thick they could have been the same person.
The older woman was not super thick. The baby also was not super thick, but you can tell it was kind of a big baby.
Damn.
But anyway,
That's a shame.
I'm sitting down in there. They're doing their thing. I'm scrolling my phone. No issues. At some point, the old woman says something about wanting to go outside. So the lady with baby in hand gets up, kind of rearranges her stuff, gets it all put down, and then, like, still baby in hand, grabs her wheelchair and starts wheeling her outside. Dude is still just sitting there scrolling his phone. And so I start to get up and say, oh, can I help you with the door? And she says, no, I'm used to this and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, you said no, I'm not going to fight you about it and sit down and whatever. She goes outside and almost immediately that dude starts saying, he fucking looks at me. He doesn't get up or anything, but he goes, do you not see me sitting here? And I said, he said, did you see me here or something? He didn't say, did you not? But he said, did you see me sitting here? And I said, yeah, I saw you. And he was like, then why would you offer to hold the door for my wife like that? And on the outside, I was like, oh, dude, I didn't mean any disrespect.
Because you're not fucking getting up to do
that's
it,
exactly what I was like on the inside, you know? I was like, your fat fucking ass didn't even think to get up and help her. You didn't offer her anything. But he even said if she needed help, she would have asked me for it. I'm her husband and blah, blah, blah. And fucking, yeah, that's pretty much it. And what was funny is they got done a little bit, like 2 minutes before I did, so they ended up leaving. But on their way out, somebody was walking in, He walked in, the door shut behind him. He was standing there for 30 seconds, and then they turn around, and then she was the first person to start to walk out the door. He's like, oh, you want me to hold this for you? And then he opens the door for him, and then they all walk out. And I was kind of like, good. I'm glad that motherfucker held the door.
He was putting on a show for
You know
you.
what? I have half a mind to fuck that dude's wife.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I even said to the dude, I was like, man, I fucking offered to hold that door for that dude's girl, and he fucking approached me about it and blah, blah, blah. And he even made the joke. He's like, yeah, dude, no one's trying to fuck your wife, dude. Relax. But yeah,
All I'm saying,
that really happened.
All I'm saying, you could probably outrun him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have talked some shit.
Yeah.
You should have talked some
should've.
shit.
That's
yeah.
the difference between you and me. I would have just stared at that man.
I probably should have, man.
I would not have responded to him. At that point, I would have just stared at him. Because I'm going to make it awkward and uncomfortable, but I'm not going to start a fight.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make it awkward and uncomfortable from you. I'm going to make sure you know that I know you're fucking acting silly.
Yeah.
Dude, it's people
Trying
are
to put on a
so
fucking
stupid.
performance.
Yeah, especially to a guy like you. Like, you're so fucking nice. You hop up, you offer to open doors and shit. I bet you would have offered him your chair if there wasn't one open.
Yeah, absolutely. Being bigger people like that, absolutely. And then obviously with the
Yeah, they
family
were
baby,
fat.
old people, blah, blah, blah.
He's been
They
dancing
were.
around it this whole time, but he keeps bringing it up.
Yeah.
Just say, they were some fat fucking people, and they had bad attitudes.
He did, at least.
Yeah, fuck that dude.
People are so
I hate
shitty,
him.
just teaching the world that they can't
I hate
be
him, man.
kind.
Right?
Yeah, I
Fuck
hate
that
that
guy. You know what? I hope his tire goes flat again.
Yeah,
I
me
do
too.
too.
Me too.
And I hope his fat fucking ass pops it.
And I hope his wife's not there to change it for him this time.
Do you guys know how to change a tire?
Absolutely.
No.
Shut up. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I mean, I figured Kiba did, but I just didn't know from Connor. I was curious.
Yeah, I offered to go out there and change his, and then I found out that my tire didn't fit. I felt so bad for you that I gave you hope, and then my tire didn't fit when I went downstairs and looked.
That's all right. I prayed for the best, but expected the worst.
And you got
And
the
yeah,
worst.
I had
That's
to-
for damn sure.
I had to leave work one day fairly recently because Brooke got a flat tire, and I had to go switch it out for the spare that she had.
Yeah.
So Brooke doesn't know how to change a tire?
Fuck no.
Dude, you should teach her.
She's a woman.
Teachable moment.
Yeah, I should have.
Teach her, but never let her do it after you teach her. Always do it for her unless she says, oh, I want to do it. I know how.
I was gonna say if I'm around, I would always do it.
Sam, I always offer to teach Shannon, but I'm like, hey, if you don't want to learn, that's okay. I'll do it. I don't mind.
It would be good for her to know, you know.
To be fair, Shannon's watched me fix so much shit that by proxy, she should at least know a little bit now.
I'm sure she does.
She could probably rewire a bathroom all on her own.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just by osmosis. Yeah. Absolutely.
I've got faith in her.
And she could skin our fucking housing development people for not fixing it for us.
Is there anything that you guys wish that you like really got into but never did?
Yeah.
I'll start. I think it would be so much fucking fun to play Warhammer 40K. But A, I am not that much of a nerd, and B, I don't have that much money, and C, I don't have that much free time.
Yeah.
But it would be so much fun to get like your little figures and get your shit together and hang out with some other nerdy ass boy and have like a fucking war with
a
these.
literal war, yeah.
Yeah, how fucking cool would that be?
I'm gonna be real. The figures look cool as shit.
They do.
Cool as fuck.
I used to work with a guy who would collect them and paint them, and I was like, oh, so you go down to the shop and like play on weekends and stuff? And he's like, no.
No, I just like the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're
and
pretty.
he had some specific army. I don't remember which one it was that he only got the figures for that army, and he
Yeah,
like
dude.
had a shelf that he put.
Well,
his
and that's the thing.
army
Someday
on.
he will fight, and he will demolish the other person because
Oh,
he's got
absolutely. He's
this
got all the good
massive
shit, man.
Fucking
Yeah.
perfect army and shit.
God, it would
know
be so
any-
much fun.
I don't know anything about 4K, 40K.
Well, it's because
Warhammer,
you're not
I should say.
it's because you're not a nerd, man. You're
Yeah.
a jock.
Yeah, I downloaded one of the games pretty soon after I got that little PC that I have, and it just never caught my attention.
Yeah, those games are also not at all close to
Yeah,
what the
I
tabletop
was about to say
is,
they're
yeah.
completely different. But Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2, peak
Yeah.
game is fire.
Is it still a turn-based thing?
No, it's a first-person shooter.
Oh, nice. I might
It's
try
all
that.
just
what's-
set within the universe
Yeah.
of
Most of the
Yeah.
Warhammer games don't connect at all and are very different. There's some RTS, some FPS, some third-person shooters. There's some strategy, survival.
And isn't there like years worth of Warhammer lore
yeah,
too?
like 30.
I was gonna say maybe decades.
Yeah, there's literally like 30 years. It came from novels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before that, 30 years ago is the 90s. guys.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Warhammer 40K has been around since like, what, 70s? Something?
Fuck, you're right.
Jeez.
I guess I didn't realize that the 90s was 30 years ago now.
Isn't that depressing, man?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, Warhammer was like a tabletop game along the likes of Dungeons and Dragons around the same era in the 80s when they took off for kids.
But they were also for Satanists, though.
Very, yeah.
Corrupting the children.
Yeah.
And they were very different games, very different fan bases. Yeah, for me, I think it's like either CSGO or World of Warcraft.
Really, CS:GO.
Yeah, I wish I could give a fuck about that. I really do. I just can't stand it. And I have a bunch of dudes that play it in our Discord all the time, and I just never. They're like, "You want to hop in?" I'm like, "Fuck no."
Absolutely not.
No, I would rather literally skin myself with a potato peeler
Gross.
But think of all the cool skins you could get
and sell.
in the game.
I have thought about playing it just to gamble.
I mean, that's
Sure.
that's the whole thing.
Yeah, just get the skins, sell them, because I don't care about keeping any of them. Just
Yeah.
fucking gamble, sell all the skins.
Do
Make
it.
a sweet ass profit.
I fucking dare you.
I could just stream it and piss people off in the streams. They'd be so mad when I get shit, and I'm like, "Yo, let's sell that, and let's sell that."
Sell it for way cheap.
Also, I hope to God that you never get into WoW.
Me too.
With your personality type, I think you would be gone.
Yeah, it would be. I feel comfortable saying a solid 2 months of my life would just Thanos snap out
Disappear.
of existence. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I had a couple friends back in high school that played that game.
Wow.
and-
What?
Well done.
And one of them specifically was fucking. He lost sleep over it. He's one of those people that probably could have qualified to go to a rehab to fucking get away from World of Warcraft, you know?
In the early 2000s, it was an epidemic of kids dropping out of college because of World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Not a joke. Kids
That is
literally
so
I remember-
dropping. Gus Arola from Rooster Teeth almost dropped out of college because of World of Warcraft.
I remember
Yeah.
there being rumors of people that have like died at their computers, depriving themselves of like food, water, and sleep, playing this game and whatever.
I
whatever.
doubt that happened, but I know there have been some elderly people that have been found dead playing WoW. I know there was
Really?
Yeah, in like 2014 or 15, there was an old lady that was found dead at her computer playing WoW.
No shit.
Joy Ito.
That's the lady that died at her
Yeah,
computer.
yeah. After playing World of Warcraft for several consecutive days, she succumbed to other ailments while playing and was found at her computer.
No.
So she had like a heart attack.
Yeah.
Game was too riveting.
Yeah, so I don't think WoW killed her, but I think she may have died playing WoW, you know?
What a way to go.
You think she just finally beat that rage? She's been fighting for like 6 weeks, and she went, you know
Just
what?
got excited.
That's it.
That's it.
This is enough for me. I
I've
can go.
peaked.
I
I've
can
had
go
enough.
now.
Yeah.
I can go now.
What about you, Connor?
See, I've been thinking about it, and I don't really think I have any specific examples. The closest thing I can come up with is like there are some bands that I have felt like I want to like this, but I just don't.
Metallica, AC/DC, Pantera, Sleep Token.
See, that's not something I've ever
Wow,
really
3
cared for.
bands and then one completely different one. Okay.
I'm just thinking about bands that everybody loves that I can't fucking stand, even when I want to listen to them, you know?
See, I remember Protest the Hero. I wanted to like them more than I ever really did. Whitechapel, I always wanted to like them more just because I know they're so fucking big and popular and whatever.
It's all right not to like popular things,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I mean, you just tried to get into the Acacia strain a while ago, and we all collectively realized they suck.
Yeah. Yeah, they seem like a one-trick pony kind of band. Every song kind of sounds the same. I was up there at work with another unnamed co-worker, and we were listening to that band, and after like an hour, I just kind of noticed, I feel like I've heard the same song almost over and over again. But,
Well, good answer, dude.
what else can I think?
Not Star Wars, not
My-
Lord of the Rings, not any
No,
My man
games.
lives with no regrets.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm
see-
doing this thing perfectly. Yeah.
You don't see anything and go, man, I just wish I gave a shit about that. Everybody else likes it.
See, it's funny you say that, Jake, because Brooke and I were doing a thing recently, and it asked about, like, what's one of your biggest regrets? And I even said, like, I don't spend a lot of time thinking about regrets and whatever. My answer to that was falling out of tattooing. If I could go back in time and fucking keep
So-
going with tattooing, that's probably one thing I
that's
would.
it. That's the
thing.
thing that you
That's
wish
the
you were
thing
really
you wish you
into.
were really into that you never got really into.
I guess, yeah, I could say that.
We're just fucking with you. If you have another answer, go ahead.
No, I think I just wouldn't have said that to begin with because I did get into it and I was working on it, and then I just moved and couldn't keep doing it,
Yeah.
You should start
But I
over.
did like
You
it.
should start over. Get back into it.
Yeah.
I know you'd have to start back at square one,
Yeah,
but
that'd be a long journey.
Now's
Not that long.
Well, now's the right time to start because if you don't start now, you'll think about it 6 months from now and go, oh, but then it'll take 2 years when you could already be halfway there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
He won't do it.
He won't do it.
He won't do
I'm
it.
probably not going to do it. To
You
be
should, though.
honest
You
with
should,
you,
though.
I'm probably not.
Boys,
That's us.
would you guys like to play some games?
I would love to.
I would love to, even more than Kiba.
So here at the Totally Not a Podcast, we are doing something a little wacky, guys. We are playing the completely, totally not copyright infringing version of this game called Crypts and Creatures.
Yeah, it's completely different and legally distinct.
100%.
Yeah.
You couldn't even try and sue me. You couldn't.
You wouldn't be able to.
You wouldn't be able to. This
They'd
is
say
Crypts and
there's no
Creatures.
grounds.
And that being said, this is obviously, as everyone knows, a very watered down baby version of Dungeons and Dragons. I used to play Dungeons and Dragons. I had a group. We played D&D every week. At first, I was the DM, and then my campaign ended. I was a player for someone else while they DM'd. So I've been a little bit on both sides. I think I prefer DMing. I am way rusty, but I am going to DM a very small little story for us here. What kind of experience do you guys have? None whatsoever?
Next to none. I watched a single quick play.
Yeah, I've sat in on a few games and just been there and done nothing.
Well, baby, cannot say that anymore after today because we're doing it.
We're doing a thing.
So your characters are going to be you. Kiba is playing Kiba. Connor is playing Connor.
Sick.
It is you as you are right now.
Sick.
Previously, we have all rolled for stats.
Yep.
And you have, I assume, your stats and your modifiers, everything right there ready to go.
I just have stats.
Did you see your text message that he sent you
Oh, I did not.
with your stats and your modifiers?
I did not. Was that in the group chat?
No,
No,
he
I
just
texted it
you.
personally to you.
Oh.
I was trying to be considerate and send that ahead of time. We even had a conversation
We
about
did,
it,
We
too.
did. I didn't realize you were sending it.
And he even said, if you're checking your phone, it's from me. I just sent you that text.
Well, I've got it right here. So, yes, I have it.
Beautiful. Okay. Gentlemen, are you ready? Do you have some version of dice that you can roll on your phone?
I can pull one up. A D20.
Please. Connor, you wake up in a dark room.
Where am I?
You look around. You see what appears to be a storeroom. You see shelves of food along the walls, some just very easy to grab things. You see potatoes and apples, bananas, little bits of bread. As you also look, you see Kiba is next to you. He is passed out cold. Upon looking closer, you can see that his hands are tied, and you can feel that yours are as well. The room is small. There is a door, and underneath the door, you can see a little bit of light and what seems to be a shadow moving back and forth. As you feel at your bindings, you can feel that they are slightly frayed. Not really loose, but they are slightly frayed. What do you do?
Wake Kiba up and quietly try to communicate that we need to be untied. We need to untie ourselves.
Go ahead and let's go ahead and do a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 16.
16. You look over to him, and with your hands kind of together as they're tied, you are able to pretty gently rock Kiba, and Kiba, you awaken.
Hi.
Hello there.
Where are we? What are we doing? Why did you wake me? Why are my hands tied? What?
My hands are tied too, and I don't know how we got here. I just woke up.
You didn't try to untie yourself before waking me up?
My hands are tied. I can't untie myself.
Yeah,
I
but
need
the
you
rope
to-
is clearly frayed.
Please, Kiba, please. This is not time to ask
But the
questions.
rope is
We-
clearly frayed.
Then fucking help me, please.
Okay, what do we do now?
What do you want to do?
Is it me?
There is no
okay,
person.
hear me out, okay.
This is a open, free-form game.
We try to pull the ropes. They're frayed pretty badly, right?
Yours are
mine are. Okay. Shit. So I can't make you try to. I can't roll for you. So I do nothing.
Okay, perfect.
What?
Connor.
Get out of your rope!
I do nothing.
Get out of your frayed ass rope!
Okay. I try to get out of my rope since Kiba's being a bitch and he won't help me.
How do you do that?
I just wiggle and I try to play with the knot, and I guess after a minute I try to start scraping it on something.
Okay, so first you try and wiggle yourself out. So
Yes.
go ahead and make another dexterity.
Roll 20.
Roll a 20. Add 0.
9.
9. You wiggle and your wrists now hurt, but you are not able to
Motherfucker!
quite slip out from that knot.
Dude,
Nice.
you're the worst!
This is why I need your help, Kiba. I can't fucking do it.
I start going around the room,
Okay.
looking for anything sharp or anywhere that I can wedge my hands on to use the pressure to pull the rope off.
Make a intelligence check. Also, I would say, never mind. Make an intelligence check.
So just
roll a 20 and add or subtract 2.
18.
Hey, you got a nat.
I'm
but
never
you got a nat 20. Though.
I'm never gonna do this again.
That was your first roll. Kiba's first roll was a nat 20.
And it's useless. We're not fighting anything.
But nat 20 will supersede everything.
So do I not get the -2? Or is it just 20?
You got the 20.
Okay.
Nat 20 is like boom, you that's like automatic success.
So I got out of my ropes.
Well, no, because you're looking for something sharp.
I found something sharp.
So as you go over to the crates where all the food is at, very carefully with your tied hands, you find a small crate and you lift the top open and you see inside that there is a small bit of cutlery, some metal cutlery. There is a knife and a fork.
I pick it up and try to use it to cut my bonds.
It takes a moment, but you are able to use that knife and you're able to cut through it.
Fuck yeah!
Help me get out.
No, bitch!
Dude, you're already out.
Dude, you rolled a nat 8. Get out of here.
I didn't roll an 8. I rolled a 16 and a 9, douche.
Anyway.
As you guys are conversing rather loudly, the figure that seems to be kind of moving on the other side of the door, you can hear a voice. Hey, what's going on in there?
I respond, who's asking?
And with that, the door opens and you see what appears to be a rather short, kind of a little bit rotund goblin. He is standing in front of you. He has a small short sword in one hand and goes, "Hey, you're not supposed to be free. What are you doing?" I
Toss my cutlery to Connor to free himself.
Okay.
While I use myself as a distraction to keep the guard busy.
Make a dexterity check. Roll a 20, subtract 2.
15, so I have a
Nice.
13.
13?
13.
Okay. And then now Connor, make a dexterity check to try and catch.
Let's see. I got a 9 again.
Okay. So with Kiba's throw, just barely, you're able to grab that
Nice.
knife. You have it in hand.
I got it, Kiba.
Do you go ahead and try and free yourself real quick?
Yes.
Your bindings are pretty frayed, and as you are starting to work, the goblin looks to you and says, "Hey, stay right there." And he starts to walk towards you with his short sword, pointing towards you.
Towards me or towards him?
Towards you.
Towards me? I start yelling and screaming and jumping around to make him panicked and to keep him off his guard so he doesn't pay attention to Connor while he finishes freeing himself from his bonds. Do I need to roll for that?
Make a charisma check.
I feel like I already know my next move.
8.
And that's with your +3?
That's 8 before the +3.
Okay, so 11.
Okay. So 11. Do I catch him off guard? Is he a little bamboozled now?
As you are kind of doing this little hop skip dance, he does seem to be kind of unsure as to what you're doing, and he says, "Hey, stop. And at this point, he is kind of slowly backing away from you back towards the door.
And that's when I go, "Ooh, I'm just a little jester." And I start dancing around like a jester, and I start keeping his attention on me in that side. And this is when I start grabbing fruit to throw at him. Oh, excuse me. I start grabbing potatoes.
Potatoes,
And
hearty.
I start chucking potatoes at him while I dance around screaming about being a pretty little jester.
As you are throwing a potato, go ahead and make yet again another dexterity check.
13.
13.
13.
Your potato lands square between the eyes. Make a D4 for your damage roll.
A 4? My 4 rolled a 2.
A 2. He takes 2 points of damage. His face has a kind of little bit of a bruise right between his eyes where you just nailed
Is
it.
there any potato on there?
It bounced
Bounced
right
right.
off.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn,
These
it
are,
didn't
these
move.
are hard.
I thought I might
potatoes.
have thrown hard enough.
And then just have it explode like
kind
a
of-
yeah.
Yeah.
The goblin takes a quick step back, goes towards the door, closes it really fast. He is on the other side. It is just the two of you alone.
Are you
At-
free?
That's what I was about to say.
At this point, you have freed yourself.
Sick.
All of this
God
happened
damn.
pretty quick. It takes a second to cut through some ropes with rusty ass cutlery.
The ropes that's already frayed.
Damn right. So now, Connor, you are free. What do you guys do?
Look for
Well,
more
damn.
weapons.
Now I don't know since the guy's gone now.
I start looking immediately for weapons and anything to use.
Make a intelligence check.
Which D am I rolling?
A20 and subtract 2.
8.
8.
Damn it, I got
Kate.
Also, for everyone at home, Kiba has horrible stats.
Yeah, they're awful.
Awful
They're
stats.
awful.
He rolled very poorly.
I did. I rolled very bad stats, and then I'm still doing well.
You are. That's the fun of it, is that even with bad stats, you can still overcome. Yeah, looking around, there doesn't seem to be any traditional weapons. You find another set of small cutlery. You have 2 forks, another knife,
So we each have a small knife now.
a like butter knife size knife.
It's still good for stabbing.
That is true. It's a little shiv. You find more potatoes, apples.
We should make a little dinner.
Light a candle.
See if we can woo them.
Connor, what do you do? You are now free. You have a small little knife in hand.
I look through the keyhole of the door to see where the little goblin is, and if he is close by, I tell Kiba that we should sneak up and attack him with both of our little knives.
Make a intelligence check.
Intelligence.
Roll a d4 or d20 and add 4.
D20 add 4. I rolled 14, so 18.
Okay. You're able to pretty clearly get your eye placed and you're able to look through the keyhole. You see what appears to be a hallway leading out into a great hall. The goblin that you saw and encountered does not seem to be within view. Through this hallway, you can see that there is a door to the left and door to the right within this hallway before you get to the great hall.
Still my turn?
There's no turns. You are just doing as you please.
Oh!
I look at Connor with this newfound information, and I say,
I assume, do you relay this information to Kiba? Or do you keep it to yourself?
I absolutely relate it to Kiba.
Okay.
I look at Connor with this newfound information and say, we gotta go now before they come back.
I agree. We need
Which
to find a
door
way
do
out
you
of
want to
here.
pick? We gotta go over one of those two, because the big hall is undoubtedly full of more goblins.
The one on the right.
The one on the right?
100%. Right.
We make a move.
Okay. You go to open the door?
We bolt through the door, straight to that door on the right, if
Okay.
possible. Do I need to roll for that, or just need to roll
No,
for that?
you're good. You rip that door open. You make your way out into the hall, right over to that right-hand door. As you are making that quick dash out, you can hear what sounds to be some commotion coming from that great hall. You can hear voices. You can hear kind of clattering. As you kind of are making a quick dash by, you kind of can get a quick look and you can see a handful of goblins over there. But as you're making a quick dash, you're not paying too close of attention. You go to that right door. Boom, you open it. I assume both of you bolt ass in. Door shuts behind. You are in what appears to be a small office. You can see a pretty large desk right front and center. Back behind it is a large banner. It has a large orange sun emblazoned upon it. The desk sits in front of you. It's pretty grand. There is a pretty ornate kind of kingly looking chair right behind it. Over to the side, there is a large painting. It shows a man in very ornate armor standing up on a hill, and he's watching over a battle at sunset. On one side of the painting, you can see a group consisting of humans and elves and dwarves, and they are fighting this sea of goblins that's out in front of them. Within this group of people, there are 2 men, each holding up banners with that same kind of orange sun emblazoned on those banners. Next to that painting, there is a large axe that's resting on a stand, and then up on the wall over to the side, there are 2 swords hanging crossways, and that is what you see.
I immediately lock the door and head to grab at least one of those 2 swords.
As you go to look, there does not appear to be a locking mechanism on the door.
On my way to grab a sword.
Okay. With ease, you're able to pull both swords off. You now have 2 short swords.
Is it a two-handed axe or just like
It is a 2-handed axe.
I would also probably grab the sword then. Are there windows in the room?
There are no windows.
There are no windows.
He grabbed both swords. You may very
You
kindly
grab
ask
both
him
swords?
for one.
No, then I will take the axe.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can I throw a sword if I am in battle?
You can. It will not do amazing damage, but you can.
You gotta make sure the blade hits
Will
them.
it disorientate them?
Possibly.
Okay, cool. That's all I need to know. Let's move. We got our weapons.
We got our weapons.
We rifle through
we
the
should-
desk for information.
Make a intelligence check. It's a 20 minus 2.
15 minus 2 is 13. I got 13.
As you go up to the desk, you can see that there are a stack of drawers on one side of it. And as you start rifling through, you can see loose papers. Most of it doesn't really mean much to you. The bottom desk drawer, you open up, and there is a small, very ornate wooden box in it. On the front of the box, there is a 3-digit combination. And there is also a small piece of paper attached or resting on top of the box that says, "A leader will not wait for the arrows to settle." Arrows are capitalized. "They will storm the sun and conquer the growing darkness." Sun is capitalized. "Before it may take hold within the hearts of men." Men is capitalized.
How many arrows and how many men are on the painting?
You go over and look at the painting. There are 8 arrows and 7 men.
So 817. Or 827, because there's 2 suns in the room, right? One on the banner, one on the painting?
Try
There
both.
is one banner up above the desk with a large sun. In the painting, you're going to look for suns there as well.
Yeah.
You see the 2 on the banners that the men are holding, plus you see the sun in the background as the sun is setting.
So 837 is the code for the lockbox? I believe?
Potentially.
Is that what you're trying?
I think I'm going to try 837.
As you go to do 837, you hear a small click. And it
Fuck
unlocks.
yeah, Kiba.
God
Fuck yeah.
damn,
God
son.
damn, you're so good at this.
It's got that Resident Evil in him.
Yeah, dude, I love puzzles. I love puzzles.
As you hear that click, you pull the top open, and you can see a small key within it.
Nice, dude. I was gonna say we need to look for some keys.
I take the key. And Connor, what's your move in this room? Do you want to investigate anything? Are you doing anything before we leave?
Maybe see if there is a blueprint of the layout of the building that we're in somewhere in the office. Dig around through more drawers and cabinets and desks and stuff.
As you look back through the drawers that Kiba looked through, you can look through those papers, and you can see what looks to be a lot of troop manifestos, and you can see a lot of kind of inventory lists and things like that, but you do not see what appears to be any sort of blueprint or map.
No blueprint or map.
real quick. Do we catch a glimpse into the room on the left or the hall when we were on our way in here?
You looked out into the hall, you could not see into the left. There was a closed door.
Hey,
Should we go
But you know
to
that
the
there
other
is a door across the hall.
we headed in that door now that we got keys and swords?
Is the other door the only direction we can go?
Besides the hall.
Besides going out.
Besides
Wait,
going
wait.
down that hall.
We searched the room for any health or mana items before we leave.
As
do
you have
we-
looked around, you do not really seem to find any.
All right.
Do we have magic in this?
You do not.
We do not.
Do you have magic currently?
No, but I just know there's not.
Do I have
normally
2
goblins.
swords? No.
You found them.
Goblins aren't normally real.
Okay. I say we head for that door.
Absolutely. Let's go to that door.
Let's do it.
Okay. Again, making a bolt ass run across.
Before we go, I'm going to peek out the keyhole to see if the hallway's clear.
Okay. Make a
Good idea. Good idea.
Make a intelligence check.
20?
20 minus 2.
Fuck.
Not good.
3.
3. Ooh. As you go and place your little eye on that keyhole, you can't quite seem to get it lined up, and you're unable to
Connor, look,
really
go
see.
look, go look.
I use my extendo eye and look through the keyhole.
Okay. Make a intelligence check. That is 20 plus 4.
Fuck yeah, I should have had you do that.
Oh, I don't know why I have 2 dice on the screen all of a sudden. Let me redo that. I got 3.
So 7. You also place your eye on there, and you're having a hard time kind of lining it up. This keyhole is maybe just a different style as the other one. You're unable to look out.
Can I try again?
I say we just go for it.
Yeah.
Well, I put my ear to the keyhole to see if I can hear anybody walking back and forth or talking.
We'll use the same roll from your check.
3 and 7.
Yeah. As you kind of are listening, it sounds kind of muffled. You can still kind of hear what sounds to be some sort of commotion. Something is happening out there, but it's nothing pinpoint. You're not able to really tell.
Okay.
We just gotta go for it, man.
Yeah, we got it. We got it.
Let's shoot it.
Yep.
We're going straight
Open
for
the door, jump through.
Haul ass.
Yep.
You whip that door open, and as you are running across, you go up to the door across the way. It is locked. You have
I
your
have a
key.
Oh, yeah. I fucking thought this would happen.
Kiba, as you have the key, correct? Make a dexterity check. D20 minus 2.
16.
16.
Nice.
Instantly, no fumbling whatsoever. Boom, right in. You unlock it. Door opens. As you are making your way in, Connor is right behind you. Right before that door closes, you can hear voices that seem to be growing louder coming towards you. There seem to be about 3 of them.
We lock the door behind us.
There is a locking mechanism. Door locked.
Nice. and we have the key, so it's not like they can run and grab it. and
Tell
come
us
back.
about this room we entered.
Unless they have another key.
Tell us about this room we entered. We're on a time limit here. We're gonna die if we don't move fast.
That is true.
True.
There is in front of you a metal cage, and locked inside of it is a magic sword. You can see a sword, and it has this kind of glowing property about it.
Kiba, give me that other sword, and you take that one.
I'm down.
Over to the side, there is 2 chests that are on the ground.
I head straight for the locker to try to open it. Do you want to head for the chest?
Yes. Maybe.
Do I roll for...
Yeah, you go ahead first.
Okay, you make your way over to the little metal cage. It is locked. Do you want to use your...
I'm going to try the key.
As you try the key, it seems to also unlock this.
Fuck yes!
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe use that key.
Drop my 2 swords for Connor and pick that one up.
You now have a magical sword.
Goddamn right.
Its
I do.
properties are unknown to you, but you do know that it
Magic.
does have magic.
It's magic, dude. That's the property.
Connor,
property.
you leave your great axe in here and you take your 2 swords.
Yes, I kind of forgot that I only had the axe. I thought I still had a sword. That's why I was like, give me that sword, and then blah, blah, blah. But anyway, yes.
So you want to check out the chests as well?
Yeah, oh yeah, I guess that opened both chests for some reason. So yes, let me try to open the chest, and if it doesn't work, I'm also going to try to use that key on this chest.
There are 2 chests. In one of them, there is a kind of rudimentary wooden recurve bow with 10 arrows. In the other chest, there is a scroll with some magical words written on it. There is a small bomb, and there are 2 healing potions.
Ooh, those healing potions are big.
We should each take one of those.
We should each take a healing potion for sure.
I'll take that bomb.
Should I take the bows or the magic above these swords?
I feel like it would be good to have some ranged.
I do too.
Do you want to take the scroll? Can we take the scroll and the bow since the scrolls?
You can take any and everything. You can take all of it or none of it.
I'll take one of the bombs and potion. We'll
Okay.
give him the rest.
Yeah, I'll take the scroll, the other potion. Do I have enough space to fit the bow and the scroll?
Yes. You can fit the scroll in a pocket. You can throw the bow over your shoulder,
Then that is what I'll
quiver over the shoulder, whatever. You're fine.
I vote we open that door and we kill these bitches now that we're loaded up.
And about this point, you can hear bang, 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 bang on the door.
All right.
Connor seems to be scared.
Since Connor's ranged, what if you stayed at the back of the room and I opened the door and lobbed that bomb onto those guys immediately and you pick them off with the bow?
Absolutely. I co-sign that.
Is that a series of events we can do? Open the door and toss the bomb out there?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm going to roll to open the door and toss the bomb.
Okay. You open the door and you toss the bomb. Make a dexterity check.
Is that a 20?
That is a 20 minus 2.
Fuck! I have a 1! God damn it!
Nice.
How the fuck did I get a 1 on a bomb roll?
So you open the door, and in your quick haste, you chuck it out. It hits the wall, bounces back, and is rolling out towards the Great Hall.
Does it still do any damage when it blows up?
It explodes, but you do not hit them. It does not meet their AC level. At this point, we are entering combat. So everyone roll a d20 and add your initiative bonus, which both of you have 0s on.
Nice.
So we are going to enter proper combat.
I got a 1.
Oh, you both rolled 1s. Oh my god.
I don't know how I rolled lower than my last roll, but I managed to.
Oh.
All right. Both of you are in the storeroom. The other 3 goblins are outside. There are 3 goblins. They are outside in the hallway. Right up front at the door is you can tell is the one that you hit with the potato. And then behind him are 2 other ones that you have not seen before.
Ooh, he went and got help.
So the goblins go first. The one that you hit with the potato is not super happy with you. He comes up to you very quick with his short sword, makes a swing. He hits you for a 13.
Ooh.
I'm fucked, dude.
No. I have a little bit of a plan.
Yeah, you both have an AC of 10. So in order to be hit, I have to roll above your AC. If I roll below, you won't be hit, and vice versa.
So I still get hit?
I rolled a 13. He takes a big swing at you, and he hits for 2.
For 2. Okay.
So
How much health do we have?
it is on your stats, bro. Connor, you have 21. Kiba has 19. So Kiba, you are now down to 17.
Oh, I see.
The next goblin comes up and he follows suit. He will also try and make a quick short sword attack at you. Hits for a 7. He does not hit. He swings just barely
Too
to
short.
the side.
Too short.
And then the last one, trying to keep somewhat of a distance, will take out a throwing knife and he throws it at you, Connor.
Oh,
And for a 6, flies just right by your head, pierces right into the wall behind you.
Nice.
You're unfazed.
nice.
You
even
both
worried
rolled 1s, so since you tied, one of you just gets to go first. You guys decide who wants to go first.
Did you have a plan?
I did have a plan.
Do it.
I
Connor.
would like to use the scroll and see if I can get some ice to freeze them where they are. Not even freeze them entirely, just up out of the ground so they're stuck in place.
So you read the words that are upon the scroll.
Yes.
As you read them, there seems to be this large fire that is building within your hands.
Oh.
You now have a fireball that you can send at one of them.
Oh. So I do that. I send that at one of them and then take out the arrow and see if I can hit the other two.
Which one do you want to attack with the fireball?
The one closest to me.
The one closest to Kiba.
The one that hit?
Yes.
All right.
6. He hurt my homeboy.
Make a D20 and add your intelligence modifier, +4.
2. Plus
Fuck.
4, 6.
The fireball just whoosh, hits the wall right behind. There's a huge fling of sparks every which way. You seem to be a little nervous. You seem to be rattled.
I am. I'm scared.
That is your action. You can make no more attacks, but if you want to move or do anything else, you can.
Can I try to grab Kiba and drag him down the hall?
You can move over to him, but grabbing him and moving him would be probably an action, and you've already used your action. If you are done, if you want to run over next to him, you can.
I wouldn't. I would keep your distance.
Yeah. I would try to make my way to the door and get out the door so I can put some distance between them and myself so I can try to use that bow whenever I can again.
So you want to leave the room?
Yes.
Okay. You are able to make your way past the 2 that are inside, aggroed on Kiba. As you go to the door, you can see the one in the hallway that threw the knife at you, and you can make your way right beside him.
Okay.
Kiba,
Sick.
what is your move?
I'm gonna hit that big dog in front of me with the magic sword,
Hell yeah, you are.
and I'm gonna roll
A D20 and add your strength modifier, which is a +2.
13.
13,
So
that
me and
hits.
him hit for the same.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
So with your magic sword, the sword is a 1d8, but since it is magic, it does an extra d4 to all goblins. So
Fuck yeah!
roll a d8 for your attack and then a d4 for the magic.
6 on the 8 and 1 on the 4.
You take a big swing at him. You cut him right across the chest. He falls down to his knees for just a moment, and he kind of gets back up, but you can tell he is not in a good way.
Dumb bitch.
You still have any movement if you want to move at all.
I'm gonna back up a few feet. Put some
Okay.
distance between me and the other dog still standing.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess you only lost 2 health. You didn't really need me to grab you and try to drag you anywhere, did you? Cool.
I have a small cut on my chest.
You take a small step back. It goes back to the goblins. The one that you hit, he is trying to muster everything within him. He's going to take his sword and make a quick lunge right at your chest. He hits for a nat 20.
What the fuck?
Damn.
Bro, suck my dick!
He takes his sword right in the gut for 7, but since it's a nat 20, it is doubled. You take 14 points of damage.
I only have 3 points of health left.
You are down to a 3.
Now I gotta drag you.
You've got a large pool of blood seeming to come out of your stomach. You are hurting very much.
Oh.
The other goblin sees you and sees, oh, that's an easy attack. Goes also for a big swing, and that is
Another fucking nat 20, I bet.
it's a 9. It is just under. As you take that stab to the gut, you kind of recoil a little bit, and that other one just swings right by. The third goblin that is now standing next to Connor sees you, and he pulls out a long sword, and he will try for a quick attack on you.
On me, I didn't see a point.
Yes, you.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
That is an 11 that will just barely hit.
Damn.
You really had to get right next to him, huh?
That is only 5 points of damage. You are down to 17.
That's okay.
That's not bad.
That's okay.
And that will be their turn. Connor, goes back to you.
There's one in front of me, severely injured already.
As you are holding on to this scroll of fireball, it seems to still have some juice in it. You can still feel magic radiating.
That was actually what I was just thinking about. Let me try to use that fireball on the one that's closest to him.
Can I ask, is there splash damage? Will it affect the guy next to him, or is it only the one he hits?
For this, it only affects the one that it hits.
Okay, all right.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, let me still do that. Let me attack the one that did massive damage to him.
Okay.
Or no, let me attack the one that has less health.
Was the same guy.
Okay, then yeah, both of those.
Roll a d20, add a 4.
Please be good.
3d7.
Again, just right over the shoulder. You cannot seem to lock onto this guy.
Damn, dude, I'm scared. I can't fucking control myself.
Yo, I'm dead.
Any sort of movement that you want to make?
Now at this point, can I make my way out the door and apologize to Kiba and say, dude, I just can't. I'm sorry.
Are you leaving?
Yeah.
You make your way further down the hallway. You are at the precipice of the end of the hallway into the Great Hall. From here, you can see large rows of tables. You can see a large chandelier that seems to be hanging down that is just completely lit up with fire. There is a little bit of food on one of the tables. It seems to be the one that the other two goblins were kind of sitting and talking at. They have a map laid out in front of them. There seems to be something that they were kind of working on there. Other than that, the hall is empty. Kiba, what is your move?
I don't know, man. Just fucking hit the dude that's the weak guy.
All right, make a attack. D20 plus 2.
14.
14. That is a hit. Make a D8 plus a D4.
8 and 2.
You take one big swing, head just flies right off. He falls to the ground.
I'm still dead.
Good on you.
I will say, with your bonus action, if you want to pop your health potion.
Doing it. Popping
okay.
my health potion.
Roll a
I forgot we had those.
D6.
I also did. I wouldn't have told you to run. Actually, I didn't tell you to run.
didn't
You just
tell me
left.
to run, yeah, I
One.
just said,
One.
okay, run. Nice.
Beautiful. So you'd get 1 point of health back.
So I have 4 now?
You're at a beautiful 4.
At least it's beautiful.
Do you want to make any sort of movement? You still have your movement.
I can't get past the dude at the door, can I?
You could probably make your way to him.
Yeah, I'm going to make my way to him.
Okay. You run past the guy that is right next to you, and you make your way to the door. You are now next to the guy with the longsword in his hand. And it goes back to them. The guy with the longsword, seeing you run up to him, he's going to take a step back, and he is going to pursue Connor. He is going to run over to you. He does not want to let you escape. As he gets up to you, he will make another swing with his longsword. That is a 17 that will hit.
Shit.
He hits you for a 2.
That's not bad.
That's not
That's not bad. You're okay. You are down to 15 HP.
I was about to say, I think I was at 17. Cool.
The other one that is still in the room runs out to meet you. Short sword, makes a swing.
Me, Connor. Me.
Oh.
That is a 18. That is a
Fuck!
hit.
I'm dead.
Damn, you're dead.
That is a D8.
Yeah, I'm dead.
3.
I'm dead.
You are down to 1
What?
Oh,
HP.
no way.
If you hadn't taken that sweet 1 point of a hit potion, you would be gone.
Good for you, Kiba. You got a dick hair of hell.
A literal dick hair. You are not in a good way, man.
Just
you are
like-
not in a good way.
You're hurting.
Man, I'm feeling like Jake in every episode of Resident Evil 4.
Oh, dear God, you are.
Just completely out of health potions.
All right, Connor, goes to you.
Is there a door on the other side of this great hall?
You can see at the very far end, there seems to be a set of stairs that lead up, but you cannot see what is beyond that.
Are you going to take off?
Fuck yeah. Absolutely.
After I've done all this work?
Absolutely.
Okay, no, that's good.
I think what I would like to try to do is make my way to those stairs and then turn around and take my arrows and try to shoot the fiery chandelier off of the ceiling.
Ooh, getting some Robin Hood action. Okay.
Yeah, see if I can block them.
I will say that, yeah, you're able to cross the hall. You get to the stairs. As you look up, you can see that the stairs go up, and there seems to be a large wooden door at the very top of these stairs.
Sick. Yeah, nice. Okay.
As you turn around, make a dexterity attack. So your dexterity, and you have plus 0 to that.
Okay. And that's 20?
D20, yes.
4. Shit.
4.
God damn.
You take one of your 10 arrows.
You might get lucky.
You fire. It seems to pass by the fire, but it does not hit the chandelier. It pops right into the stone up top.
Is what I totally expected. Excellent.
That is your movement and your attack. If you want to use your potion,
Did
you
you say the stone up top?
can. The whole place is stone.
That's cool. I thought it was wood.
would
But
a castle
no,
be wood?
no, I don't want to use my potion yet.
Kiba, it is your turn. You are next to the man with the... Or no, he ran away. You are at the door in the hallway.
Quick question: do I have a little bomb too?
Wait, I'm at the door. I'm at the door, and there's one next to me, and the one that followed him, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna attack that one next to me.
Okay. +2, which is a 6, which does not connect.
Yeah.
It's a shame that your buddy is leaving you to die
Yeah,
back here.
and I'm gonna
Yeah.
use my action skill to run that direction as well.
Okay, beautiful. If you run, your movement will get you as far as to where the longsword guy is at the entrance to the Great Hall.
That dude's got bad aim. I'll do it.
Yeah, perfect. You get right up to him. Anything else you want to do?
No,
That's
dude, I
it.
got nothing.
All right.
You don't have an attack move?
No, I used it already.
And
did? Oh,
he
I
whiffed
guess.
it. He whiffed it big time.
Oh shit.
We go to the longsword man. Trying to keep some distance, he is going to take another throwing knife, and he is going to throw it at Connor.
Excellent.
That will be a 7. Just barely misses you. Just barely.
Excellent.
The other one is going to run up behind Kiba, and he is going to try and make...
Please
Make
miss.
that kill shot.
It is a 2.
Thank God.
It's a 2, everyone.
Yeah,
I'm
so
not,
I'm
I'm not
I'm
fudging any
alive.
rolls.
I'm
That's
alive.
a 2.
So
You just barely.
Yeah, you guys can see my rolls. You know
Yeah.
they're fucking weak as shit. I wouldn't fake ones back to back. Trust me.
The goblin next to you that has now missed twice in a row is getting very upset. You can see he's starting to visibly
Tremble.
tremble with
Yeah.
rage.
Yeah.
Getting angry.
Connor, what do you got?
This time I'm going to use my arrows to try to shoot the goblin that's behind me. I think that's the longsword.
With the longsword? Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
11.
11 hits. A bow, I believe, is a D6.
Please give us 6. Please give us 6.
4.
Fuck.
4.
I wanted 6.
The arrow flies and it catches him right in the shoulder. He
Nice.
takes a little bit of damage. He kind of leans back and he gets up. You can tell it hurt him, but he's not dire.
He's not debilitated.
Not yet. Any other movement? Anything else you want to do? And also, of note, your scroll of fireball, you can still feel magic emanating from it, but it is very dwindled compared to how it was.
Yeah, I mean, he never hit anybody with it to begin with. So
yeah.
I mean, dwindled is still as strong as it's ever been to him.
That is true.
Can I just run up the stairs and try to open that door?
You run up the stairs, you go to the door opens, and you look outside. It is a beautiful, just sunny day. Everything is nice. You can hear some birds chirping. Out front, there seems to be about 100 yards away, there seems to be a line of trees and what appears to be a forest beyond that.
Okay. Do I still have a move to make?
Your movement was getting up the stairs to the door.
Okay.
It's a shame
Then,
you couldn't
okay.
toss me that health potion instead of running up there.
Yeah, I guess in the heat of the moment, I never thought of that.
Yep.
That's a shame.
What if I lose health, Kiba? I need a potion too.
You've got enough health that you
We
can take.
decided-
you have a lot.
Yeah,
we
you
decided
have a lot.
We decided that you taking one and me taking one was the fair move to make.
So anyway, I swing on the dude next to me.
You do. So roll a d20 and add a 2.
15, 17.
17 hits.
Nice.
Roll your d8 and your d4.
3 and 2.
Okay. So you hit him, and again, it seems like it really hurts him, but he is not down and out.
I run.
Run the same way
So
I
you
went.
run to the foot of the stairs. Okay. You make your way to the stairs. You can look up, and you can see Connor at that door. He is out and gazing out into
He's
the...
just standing there quietly.
Basically, yeah.
All this shit's going on down there.
All right, goes back to the goblins. The longsword goblin will take yet another throwing knife, and he will throw it at Kiba's back.
I have 1 health point.
That is a 4. It does not hit. You
Thank
can hear it.
God.
You can hear it clatter off to the side as it just does not connect.
I'm still bleeding out right now.
Profusely.
Yeah.
Profusely.
It's bad.
The last goblin makes his way up to you, and he
Swings on me, doesn't he?
swings for a nat 20.
Oh.
And,
Well, it doesn't even matter what his other stats are. I'm dead regardless.
well, he only hit for a 1, so doubled to a 2, so
Well,
you're still
I only
down.
have 1. So
You fall down
Yeah,
onto
yep.
the ground. You are bleeding profusely. You can see darkness start to cloud your eyes as you're just barely holding on to life.
Connor, toss me the health potion and run.
I was about
toss
to...
me the health potion and run.
It goes to the goblins.
I throw the health potion and it goes to the goblins?
Wait, no.
It's the goblins' turn.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck? I didn't tell you
they
to
just
throw
do
it.
that to me? Because one of them threw the knife at me and missed, and then the other one came up
Oh,
and
that's
hit me.
right.
So it's him now, yeah?
Because
I'm
that is true.
down,
Yeah.
yeah.
You are correct.
So
Sorry.
I can't do shit.
Damn.
Sorry, thank you. Yeah.
You just tried to skip our turn, Jake.
I tried hard.
We would have been fucked if we skipped this turn.
I wanna kill you
guys. We would have been dead.
Connor, it is your move. What do you want to do?
I would like to shoot the goblin that's closest to Kiba with my arrow and run down there and try to give him the potion
You
myself.
could have just tossed it to me and ran.
It's okay. I'm going to do all this. I'm going to make it heroic.
Okay,
Since
beautiful.
you've made it this far, now I know that you're closer to me.
So, you fire an arrow at the goblin that just downed Kiba.
Yes.
D20.
If this doesn't kill that goblin.
9.
9. Sails right by his head. Does not connect.
Does it hit Kiba?
Yes, actually. he absolutely
Nice.
did.
Fuck yeah, dude.
No, it clatters off into the room.
Since you used that arrow, you can't use the health potion on me now.
We were saying the health potion will be a bonus action, so that's fine. You just cannot make another attack action.
Yeah?
You can run down and meet him and give him that potion, and that will bring him back if that is what you choose to do.
Absolutely. 100%.
Okay, you make your way down.
You're going to have to roll for it.
As you feed the potion into his mouth, roll a d6.
D6. 3.
Kiba, as this liquid pours down your throat, you can feel the life just slightly come back to
those
you.
3 points of health.
Oh man, it is beautiful too.
And you know what? Don't let anybody tell you that 3 points is small.
No, it's everything.
Yeah.
You are still down on the ground, but you are back to life.
Does
And-
he have to
You
get me
gotta-
up, or do I get myself up next turn?
You get yourself up.
Okay.
Which it then goes to you. So you are on the ground. If you choose so, you can stand up.
Standing up. Is
Okay.
that my action move?
That is half of your movement.
Okay, so I can't go anywhere else, really.
You can make your way up the stairs a little bit, but you
little
wouldn't be
way?
able to reach the door.
Okay. I'm going to attack the weak goblin
Okay.
with the magic sword.
Okay. Make a d20 plus 2.
7 or 8. I got a 6 plus 2, so I got an 8.
God, terrible rolls, man. Terrible rolls. Again,
Yo, Google's fucking with me today.
yeah, you need a real
I know.
dice.
Might have been bad too, man.
You
And
take.
Go ahead.
I've been rolling nothing but 20s over here.
You bitch.
I know.
You're
You take a swing, goes just barely to the side, dodges right out of the way.
Isn't it wild that the DM's dice always roll high?
Isn't it?
Of course they do.
It always works that way too.
Huh.
Oh, poor Kiba. It goes back to the goblins.
I thought for sure you were going to trip me and run up the stairs past me.
I could have, but I didn't.
With that blinding rage, as that goblin was unable to hit you, seeing you get back up after downing you, he goes for another swing.
Please miss, please miss, please miss.
And that is a 9, just barely misses.
Nice.
The other one with the longsword,
Is he swinging at me or is he swinging at Connor?
he is still further back. He is going to take his knife and he is going to throw one more. It is his last one. He is going to throw it at Connor. And that is a 15. That connects.
That's okay. I can handle it.
Yeah?
But how much damage does it do?
It does 3 points of damage.
I can handle that.
You actually can. You are still doing very good. That
I
brings
was
you
at-
down
I was
to
at-
12.
Yeah, okay.
God damn it, dude.
And with that, Connor, it goes back to you. What do you do?
Oh, goodness. Kiba's
I'm up right next to you.
right next to me.
There's one goblin next to us, one a little ways away.
Let me try to use that fireball to hit the goblin that's close to us.
All right.
Is it gone by now or is it still a little there?
There's
should
still
still
just
be a
that
little there.
little bit left. Roll a d20, add 4.
7 plus 4 would be 11.
Finally, as you speak the words, you can feel the fire just grow in your hands and whoosh, connects right with that goblin's face. Roll
Shit.
a d10.
D10.
Please kill him. Please fucking kill him.
8.
8 points of damage. As the thing connects right with his face, that fire just singes the eyebrows right off. You can see that he just falls right to the ground, his face charred and burned. It's a gnarly sight. He is down.
Nice.
There is one goblin left with the longsword a little bit further back.
I don't have any more attack. I can't use my move.
you can
as
move
Your
an
over
attack
to
is
him.
done, but you have moved.
You could move over to him.
I don't want to move over to him. I have a ranged weapon, sir.
Oh, good point. Yeah, stay there. I'll move over to him.
If I move up the staircase the rest of the way, do I still see him in my line of sight and
You
fire?
do not.
You could move halfway up the staircase.
Let me stay where I am for my next turn.
Okay, you are at the foot of the stairs right here.
You already know I'm moving over there, and I'm gonna go ahead and roll.
+2.
15 plus 2 is 17.
17. That is a D8 plus a D4.
Shoo.
Big attack, big swing, big damage.
5 and 4.
Okay, so 9. How do you want to do this? You go for the kill shot. How do you want to kill him?
I'm going for the head. Clean across the shoulders.
You run all the way across the room. You take one step onto one of the tables and leap across.
Oh, yeah,
one
I do.
big swing,
Yeah, that's me,
Good
baby.
choice.
clean right across the neck. That head just sails across.
Hell
Lights
yeah. Me,
out.
baby.
All of the goblins have been defeated. And with that, combat has ended. We are now out of combat. There is no more turns. However you guys want to go about this.
We're getting out of there. We're leaving, dude.
Can we use food as health items?
No.
No?
We're going for the woods right now before
Then
more come.
Yeah, we're going for
before
the
any
woods
more
then,
show
for
up.
sure, 100%.
Both of you together, I assume?
Yeah.
As
we're
you make your
sticking
way
it together.
to the top of the stairs and you start to make your way out towards the wood line, you can hear. There seems to be a beat, a marching beat, and you can see from the line of trees a small party of goblins led by a hobgoblin right in front of you.
What's a hobgoblin?
It is a goblin with slightly orange skin, a little bit taller and a little bit beefier. And with that, that is where we'll end things until next time.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
I was
nervous.
gonna say we give up.
We gave
Just
up.
fucking roll over.
This is it. We're
Yeah,
done.
dude, I
Bend
got like 3 points of health
I'm out of fireballs.
and real balls.
Pretty much, man. I was scared that whole time.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right. Yeah, I'm glad you guys liked that.
That was
What did we end with? I ended with 3 points of health, and you ended with 12.
12. Yeah.
So yeah, that was a little bit of D&D, a little bit of combat, a little bit of puzzles, a little bit of exploration. I will say that if you guys had chose to search their bodies before you left, you might have found some cool stuff.
Hey, I didn't know we could do
Oh,
that.
man,
You can do
yeah,
whatever
that's
you
not
want,
something
man.
I thought
Dude,
of.
I didn't know that.
You could do some cool. You
Hey,
could do some
hold
cool
on.
stuff, whatever you want.
I choose to search their bodies.
Hey, maybe
Yeah,
maybe we'll see if you
let's go
remember
back
next
a
time.
little bit.
And
Put it
so
in
with
your notes,
that,
write that down.
write that down quickly. Since you deciphered the puzzle, you got the magic sword, and you dispatched all 3 enemies, you each get 10 Jake bucks.
Nice. 10 of them.
Connor, you know what that means, right?
What's that mean?
I think that means that you've got the games next podcast.
Connor, you are our game
it
champion.
does, doesn't it?
Yep, that puts you up to 81. You are now our game champion. Next week, you will be running the game, so prepare. Have some beautiful ones.
I'm so excited to see what you do.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll
and-
have to come up with something. I'll do my best to come up with something good.
I
And Kiba, that
won-
brings you up to 54.
I won twice. So I did the games twice and almost the third time before Connor gets
no,
the
you
games.
didn't. Shut up. No, you
This is
didn't.
the second time. This is the second time.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
once.
Yeah. Oh, man, that was fun. That was fun. It was
Yeah,
a
good
little.
time, good
yeah.
time.
I felt a little rusty, but, hey, we're okay.
Yeah, that was my first time ever playing. I was new to the whole thing.
And I just want to say before we end this off that when I eat alphabet soup, I only eat the vowels.
Why?
Hell yeah.
Sometimes.
Got him! Oh,
Stupid joke.
that is stupid.
I gotta add a
love
laugh
it.
track to this thing.
And with that brings us to the end of the podcast, which everyone knows is the recommended page. At the recommended page, we like to take a quick moment to try and shine a light on something that we enjoy, that we want other people to take a look at, something that we want to shout out. Connor, what do you got?
Oh, goodness. Let
Zero
me
preparation.
think.
I
Yeah,
love
zero
that.
preparation.
It does not upset me at all. I
what
love
do
it.
I like in this world? I recently, just last night, got some Bubba burgers to make for the family, and my grandma used to make me Bubba burgers as a kid, so they are just always my favorite store-bought burgers, and they're just delicious. Season them up the way you want to season them, and fucking try some out. Delicious.
Bubba Burgers.
Bubba burgers. I could never. I gotta have my hands in that beef. I gotta
Really?
craft my patty.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I have any preference, I just buy ground beef and I
Yeah.
make patties.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't do all that.
Fucking weak.
If I
Scrub.
ever
What a scrub.
if I ever get store-bought burgers myself, it is always Bubba Burgers. I've never even really tried other store-bought brands, but I don't go through the mess of buying ground beef and just making patties.
We're gonna do the burger off
At some point,
and
at
when
some
we do,
point.
it's gonna be hilarious. He's gonna show up with a frozen patty and everything, and you and me are gonna be preparing all our stuff, and he'll just be standing there waiting for his shit to thaw.
And somehow his will probably taste the best.
Yeah. Undoubtedly Connor's going to win that stupid shit somehow.
Oh, dude, those shits are delicious. If you've never had them, I'm telling you.
All right, Bubba Burgers. Check it out.
Yeah.
Kiba, what do you got?
I'm going to recommend the Volgun. He's a YouTuber that does SCP-related content, just really high-quality stuff, going through and cataloging different SCPs across the SCP-verse.
Interesting. Is there a certain video or SCP that you would want to shout out? Any that come to mind?
Yeah, I love his one on the Cthulhu. It's like 45 minutes, so a little bit of a longer one, but his Cthulhu one is good. I also like his one that's just describing Keter anomalies and what the difference is between Keter and other classes of anomalies.
I think you were showing me this guy the other day.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of that video in particular, but he's got a lot of good ones. SCP-414.
Is that Stitch?
No, that's regardless. I prefer myself sick, which is a sickness that makes people, when they catch it, isolate themselves and just starve to death.
Oh.
And nobody reports they have it, so nobody knows that there's a sickness going around, you know?
Oh, that sounds awful.
It's very awful. There's a lot
Yeah.
of very creepy, very ominous stories in the SCP universe.
I like it. I like it.
You were showing me one that was like a bus that pops up, and when people get on, it just kind of takes them to another realm or something.
Yeah, so there's the anomalous school bus that shows up in Russia randomly, and if you get on it, it takes you to either a different random place in the world, like when you get off the bus, you're just somewhere different, or it takes you to essentially the Shadow Realm.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I like to vacation there, so that would be nice.
And it's just a normal bus, and
Yeah.
it's super chill, and it just shows up randomly, and the SCP, the Foundation, just tracks it. They can't contain it. So they just track where it shows up, and they try to keep people from getting on, and they hope that you don't see that bus before they do.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah, they're very, very creepy and very ominous and grounded in weird ways.
I am going to recommend a movie called Past Lives. It was one of my favorites from 2 years ago, and oh my god, that movie fucking wrecked me. I cried like a baby. It is a story about these two people in South Korea.
Maybe, I don't know.
believe. And they are good friends, and you can tell that there's kind of maybe a little bit more of a romantic something there. But the girl moves to America, and then they reconnect in their 20s, and they kind of become friends. And then they reconnect again later in their 30s. And it's just I don't want to say it's a love story because it's not. It is a very gripping drama just about what ifs. It's the idea of what if, if this thing had been different, what if, what could have happened? How different could your life be? And the core concept of the movie is there's this notion in Korean culture, and it's this idea that in order to have a connection and to find true love, you have to cross paths with a person 10,000 times. And throughout your past lives, once you've crossed paths enough, maybe in your first one, you bump each other on the street. And then the next one, maybe you buy an apple from them. And the next one, you have a conversation at a coffee shop. And then it builds and builds and builds until you have true love. And that is the only way to have true love. And so this movie kind of also tackles that idea of what if this isn't the true love?
What if we're not the version?
What if this is one of the past lives? And it's very good. It is very, very good. I definitely recommend watching it. And Connor, I think it's only like an hour and 40 minutes. It's not that long.
I was gonna say that's an interesting little concept about true love.
never
I don't think
watch
I've
it.
ever
He
heard that
never
before.
will.
He'll
watch
never
it,
watch it.
But it's very good. It's very, very powerful. One of my favorites from 2 years ago. Check
Yeah,
it out.
unless
Past Lives.
Unless you make it the movie of the week, you're probably right. I probably won't.
This Monday, we put out another video in Squirrel with a Gun. It is our fourth one, part 4. Everyone, my God, check it out. I think this is a weird, silly series, but I have a lot of fun with it. It's so stupid, but it's fun.
I say it every time we bring it up, but I love that game.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it gets some of the most wholesome yells out of the
Yeah.
three of us. We're constantly surprised and yelling about excitement for stuff,
Yeah,
something
right.
will happen and we're all just, whoa, immediately.
As a tease, we get a water boat, a little like jet ski water boat action
And-
happening.
That shit was
and
fun.
you can do jumps with it.
Damn
can.
right.
You can do jumps with it.
We
I'm
go
just
to a
saying.
fucking water park. It's exciting, guys.
Watch out, Tony Hawk.
Watch out.
Watch out, Tony Hawk.
We're fucking coming for you, dog.
Also, last Friday, we put out our final, I repeat, final episode on Resident Evil 4 OG. It's done.
It's done. It's over.
Thank the stars. It is over.
Yeah.
Right now, you can go watch the entire series, and please do. If you haven't, please do.
How
It's
many
a,
stars? How many stars are you thinking?
at least 1,007.
Whoa, I was going to say like 5 or 6.
No, 1,007, man.
Wow.
I counted them all last
Okay,
night.
yeah, wow.
I don't want to sound like I'm hating on the game or anything, but thank fuck. I'm tired of looking at that game.
Yeah. Connor edited or you did the first couple.
Yeah, he's
right?
You've done 18 out of the 20 we have out right now, so you'll have 19 out of the 21 when we're done.
When it's done.
Yeah. So basically the entire series.
And on that second episode, I do believe I contributed to some stuff. You know
I
what
think
I mean?
you're
I think
right.
That was like
Yeah.
my first little dip my toes in the water moment.
Coming this Friday, and for a couple Fridays after, we'll be putting out supercuts of the series, which is just the whole thing just crammed together. So
They will be good.
Yeah. So if you have not watched it, hey, watch that. That's the whole thing all at once.
And those
Or do
videos,
both.
throw them on while you sleep. That's what those supercuts are for. Toss it on, just kind of tune in every now and then, put it on while you're cleaning, and do something, just vibe
Yeah.
out to it. We are good company to have when you don't want real company.
Yeah. Let us be your friends. Welcome us into your home, please.
Yeah, it's a good way to say that. Well put.
Yeah, if you enjoyed hanging out with us today, please subscribe. We would very greatly appreciate it. Share us with a friend. Leave a comment down below. Any and all the above, please, please, please. Right now, as of the time of this recording, we are very close to 200 subscribers.
You were there.
I got it, baby. So, how awesome would it be if you were the one to help push us over that hurdle? You would feel great.
Yeah, how cool
I would
it-
love you.
How cool would it be to be 200? Like Mr. 200. You could change your name on YouTube
Like
to
Bernie Mac?
Yeah,
That would be
absolutely.
pretty
You could
sweet.
change your name
God.
to TNA 200th. That would be cool. You should do that
You could wear that as a badge of honor.
for the rest of your life.
And you should. As always, remember to check back every other Wednesday for another episode of the Totally Not a Podcast. Love you.
Au revoir.
Peace and love.